You know who I really look like though? You know the lady that was in Pakistan? And she was like, I want $20,000 by the end of the week. I'm gonna be in Dubai. I'm gonna go to Dubai and have my baby. I need $100,000. I need $20,000 by the end of the week. I'm gonna have my baby in Dubai. Mind your business. Hey, it's me, D. I need y'all to clock in. It is time to clock in. Please, because we got a lot to talk about. Oh my goodness. Y'all, I got the flu, so I got time. You know what I mean? I got the flu, so I got a little time. I'm a little under the weather, but I still got my mind. Okay. Hey, beautiful. Hey, Chris. I haven't been on here. I was on here the other night. Shout out to you guys for replaying and watching my video. But I'm an advocate for mental illness. You know what I mean? And I will always be an advocate for mental illness. But when it is in my face, I just can't stay quiet. When I am watching these videos, you know, these reactors reacting on the foolishness, on the delusion, I am just like, what in the world? Yes, I'm okay. I just got the flu. The kids were sick all weekend, y'all. The kids had already kind of been sick around Wednesday and Thursday, and then it, you know, obviously came to me. I got sick. It was horrible. I've been down all weekend. I don't know if you can still hear me. The kids are coughing in the background. I'm still very congested. So yeah, so excuse me for any coughs or sneezing in advance because I still have the flu, okay? Yes, the flu is taking us all out, Key. It is ridiculous. Everybody is sick, okay? So excuse us in advance. But I was just watching this video here. You know what this reminds me of? You guys watched the lady that was like, I need $20,000 by Friday. I'm gonna have my baby in Dubai. What is her name? This is what this reminds me of right now. I'm giving her vibes. I don't know her name, but that's what it's giving. Girl, I had to pull back and really get into finishing my degree, but I have been watching their craziness. Yes, like that, baby. My kids are in the background, y'all. Y'all know I'm a single mom, so yeah. Just want to put that disclaimer. They are not running amok, okay? But they are in the background. So, yeah, I just been to the grind and handling my business. I have not been on YouTube since my crash out, y'all, with my soon-to-be ex-wife. I took some time. I needed to. So that's another video another time. But if you guys watch my community tab, then you already know how I feel about that. I've posted a couple things. But my name's been brought up in the YouTube streets, not too much, but it has been. On a panel and such things like that. And my loyal subscribers, I don't like to call you guys subscribers, my family, my village, y'all run over to Instagram and send me the video. And like I said, I've had the flu. I've kind of had some time. Hey, YouTube pimpin'. And also I do want to discuss this. My Jazzy Life did reach out to me. So there's just some things I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? There's some things I want to speak about because I am just like the delusion. You get what I'm saying? I've been out the way. I haven't talked to nobody. I don't deal with nobody. I'm on my business. I go to work. I'm doing my thing over here. Okay. So, YouTube hasn't been my priority. If you guys didn't watch my last live or my grocery live videos, because I barely just popped up back on YouTube after I think a whole month, maybe longer than that. And the only reason I really did, I'll be honest with you guys, is because people were, sending me the little videos. And I'm like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. What? Yes. And I just... a narcissist, and I hate to say this, a narcissist will pick the weakest link. When you have a friend group, right? When you have a friend group and there's a narcissist in that friend group, he will be isolated in the end. He'll be exposed. And then in order to retaliate, that person will go after the weakest link. And not saying, when I say the weakest link, I mean the most vulnerable person. And as you can see in this scenario, this person has went after the most vulnerable person, has literally baited this person, has literally baited me, then came on a, what do you call it, a panel and said, and I quote, "I don't know why she doesn't even like me. I don't even know. I don't know why she just hates me so much." Girl, be for real. You got your big back Karen butt on the internet and called me the big back from Cali. And see, I'm really from Cali, so I'm not gonna let nobody punk me. I don't care who you are. I don't care who your mama is, who your daddy is. I don't care how many followers you are. I ain't scared of nobody but Jesus Christ. Thank you. And my grandma. If you are not those two people, you don't pump no fears in me, and I'm not gonna let you punk me. So before you come on a whole whatever that was, the group chat, where not even a group chat, the StreamYard, and you got reactors in there, you got all these people in there, and you're trying to say, I don't even know why. Girl, you know why. You know why. You literally have mental illness. You thought me and this other person were speaking about you. Girl, our friendship wasn't based off of you. We had our own little friendship going on. We had our own little drama with our baby daddies and our situations where we was venting to each other and talking to each other. It had nothing to do with you, baby. People, narcissists really pump their minds to believe that they are the topic of discussion, that people cannot make friendships unless it's based off hating them. This is a narcissist. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you. I promise you. And I cannot believe when I seen the little clip, I didn't watch anything after that. I just watched the little clip, "Hey Girl Bye," where my name was brought up. And I was like, So let's clarify it. You baited another person, and because you thought that our friendship was based off speaking about you, when I don't even know you in real life, never met you, don't care. You know what I'm saying? The only person I ever befriended in a real situation in that friend group was Jazzy. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's all. Before they even ever met in Houston, it doesn't even matter, okay? Like, my thing is, like, I already had that little connection with my Jazzy. It just wasn't public, okay? So, and I'm not that type of grown woman to be like, "Oh my gosh, tell me all the cheese man, tell me all the gossip, tell me all the drama." Girl, I don't care. You are not on my mind. You are not on my dome where I needed information about you, baby girl. Be for real. And you really, because you are such an evil entity. You are such an evil person, right? You have so much evilness within your heart and your mind. You have done so much wrong in your life that karma is whooping you from head to toe. That's why you went to church. God save me now. The grace of God, please help me, because now I got to go to court. Now I got to do this. Now I don't know what I'm going to do, because now all these videos are circulating. And guess what? I will, because I was there. I know what happened. We know when you came on the video and you were talking about something else and you threw the little bait trap out, right? And then my Jazzy texted me and was like, "Hey, Liv is calling you a Cali from Big Back, talking about whoopty whoopty whoop. She thinks we're talking about her." Girl, what? What? Long behold, they was talking about me. Before that, I mean, she already came out and said that. And she said that on the live stream. And Jasmine was talking about how big she was. Okay, I'm not broke. I'm not struggling. Yes, I had a little moment because my wife took my money, but I bounced all the way back. Give me my wallet. Give me my wallet. Because sometimes you have to sit down. You have to stay down for the come up. Sometimes you got to remove yourself from the internet after you crash out, after you go through a very traumatic situation, and get some little, breakthrough within yourself. And I came all the way back. Not off of no taxes, not off of none of that, baby. Just off the strength of me working 3 jobs and standing on my 10 toes. Nobody paid to get my car fixed. Nobody did none of that. I did all that off of my own 10 toes. Period, point blank. We are not the same. So why you wanna like, it just crazy. But I'm watching this and I'm like, the delusion. And now again, I'm a mental health advocate. I'm like, the delusion for somebody to create some drama, for somebody to create a big situation and then try to victimize themselves. try to turn around and say they're the victim. You can't call somebody out. You can't call somebody a big back from Cali. You can't disrespect somebody and think we're not going to come for you and talk mess too. Oh, I'm just supposed to sit down and be like, oh my gosh, I'm a big back from Cali. And I'm just supposed to take it? No, I'm going to say what I want to say and I'm going to talk my mess back. And that's what I did. I talked my mess back. So for you to get on a live stream with all these people, all these women, and say, I don't know why she don't like me. Number two, the thing is that, see, when you grow up, when you're biracial, and you get to have a relationship with both sides, I care what you're mixed with, right? But as long as you're white on some part, and then whether you're Mexican, Cuban, Puerto Rican, I don't care what you are, Asian, when you get to, it's probably your Uncle Michael. Okay. So I can see in the camera. So when you spend time with your other side, right? There's things that they teach you. And we're going to talk about being black and white for right now. And there's lines you don't cross. Sorry, that's my brother called. There's certain things you don't speak about, certain things you don't touch on. Yeah, you can be at war with somebody. You could be talking mess. You could be going back and forth with somebody. But there's certain things you don't touch on. And see, when you grow up with your other side, right, they teach you these things. You get in a little arguments, maybe with your cousin, and you maybe say the inappropriate thing, and your big mama pulls you aside and might say, that's your other side. We don't talk like that. We don't say those kind of things. And they teach you at a young age what not to do. But sometimes when you're only raised with this side, I hope you guys are getting my drift. When you're only raised with this side, they empower that delusion. That delusion you have in your mind that is okay. That is not okay. I am so sorry. And see, the difference is here, we're going to draw the line right here because I want to make it make sense. Let's make it make sense, right? When you create a situation for you and your family because you fail to fight for the people that you birth out of your body, that is not the same as talking about somebody's dead relative, dead daddy, or mentally ill brother. I am sorry. I did not create those situations. I had to face those situations with pain, agony, and trauma. Those are not two things. You created your situation. I'm going to say that again. You created your situation. You created that situation. Period, point blank. Then you didn't fight for that situation. And it ended the way it did. That is not the same as speaking about somebody's past relative or mentally ill brother or mother who had issues with addiction. And just to let you know, my mom's almost been sober a whole year. Clock the T. And I want to say this too, baby, because Yanni Bunny B brought this up. I'll never be ashamed of the family I was born into. I didn't get to pick them. I didn't get to pick my family. So why would I walk around and be like, oh my gosh, please I'm never going to talk about my family. I'm never going to show them in my videos. I didn't get to pick my family. I was born into this family. Why am I going to be ashamed of it? God picked it for me. I mean, there's nothing to be ashamed about. I'm not those things. I'm not that kind of mother. So why would I be afraid of that? You are afraid of you have an identity crisis about who you really are and what you really are. The fact that you came up on here on Black History Month and talked about being baby, we're biracial. We can only celebrate from 15th to the 28th. We don't get the first 15 days, baby. We are not full black. Thank you. Okay. It's just certain things you don't do. It's certain things you don't do. You did that on Black History Month. That threw me all the way off. I was like, ain't no way the same women that you talk so badly about, now you want sympathy from. Somebody, anybody. I watching the videos, I was like, this has to be mental illness. This has to be mental illness. This gotta be. Somebody that takes so much pride in being a biracial woman, my hair and my eyes and look at me, like, yeah. And then you want to turn around and want sympathy from Black women on Black History Month? That was diabolical. And I already said that, but I'll say it again. So let's clarify some things because there's purpose to my video. Number one, you came on a live stream and you set out your mouth. I don't know why she doesn't like me. I don't know what I did. I don't know why there's so much hate towards me. Oh, it's because her and Jazzy became friends and I just knew Jazzy was telling her all my business. Girl, no, she wasn't. You are not the topic of the discussion. Thank you. You weren't. Wasn't nobody worried about you. We had our own friendship connection that wasn't a trauma bond. See, I understand that a lot of your relationships are based off a trauma bond. Mine wasn't. It wasn't a trauma bond. It wasn't a situation where we bonded to hate on people. That wasn't what it was. We connected on some real life situations, real life stuff. And she felt my pain and I felt hers. That was what the relationship was. Yes, just to clarify that. Let's make that very clear. And let's make it, you want to what? Okay, Sonny, get him a paper plate. Number two, let's clarify. When you said you portray, you victimize yourself after you attack people. You can't attack people. You can't bait people. You can't come for people's jugular and then say, "Oh my God, what did I do? Why don't you like me? Like, what? No. No, absolutely not. You did that for some views. You did that for views. You did that to get some money, some paper. Not all money is good money. And then it backfired in totality, completely. Period, point blank. It backfired. It turned a very ugly situation. Okay? A very ugly situation where I was no longer involved. It had nothing to do with me. Okay? So, we clocked all that, right? Are we? Okay? Did we clock all that? Is everybody up to speed? I really feel like that lady in Pakistan. And I want 200,000 by Friday. Mind your business. I'm going to have my baby in Dubai. Okay? I really feel like her right now. I'm from the Bronx. Going to get a hot dog and a coffee. Okay? Not too much. No, I wouldn't be from the Bronx. I would probably be from Brooklyn. Anywho. But you guys know how I'm talking about the lady from Pakistan. Anywho. So, but I got my eyebrows. Thank you. Okay, so we're all clocked in, okay? I need y'all to clock in. Okay. I'm not claiming to be this like righteous woman of God and oh my gosh, my life is so in order and I'm perfect. I will never get on the internet and do that on Beyonce's or my Lord Jesus Christ internet. Okay? I need to stop saying Beyonce's. I mean my Lord Jesus Christ internet. I would never do that. I'm a sinner and I'm saved by the grace of God and I'm a backslider. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Help me, okay? I need all the grace and the mercy. I am not perfect and I do not walk a straight line. And I will never, ever, ever come on here and portray that. Do I go to church? Amen. Praise the Lord. Do I keep my kids in church? Amen. Praise the Lord. Was I born and raised in church? Absolutely. Period, point blank. Did I get put on the church bus every Sunday even when I didn't want to go? Amen. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Okay, praise God. So, I want to clock this behavior because mental illness is real. And mental illness runs very, very heavy in my family, unfortunately, on the men's side. And something I always witnessed with certain family members is after they would have a spiral episode, right? They would have a bipolar episode. They would have a schizophrenic episode, a manic episode. All of a sudden, they would want to bring the Bible out. All of a sudden, they would want to talk about God and Jesus. All of a sudden, they'd be like, I really need to go to church. And I've watched this pretty much my whole life. And like I said before, I didn't get to choose my family. I was born into it, okay? But it's something that I've watched my whole life growing up, that after a manic spiraling episode, that God and church is always involved next. And then it fades away, right? And Krishan is just like that too. Amen. This just gets folded like this. Regular. Thank you so much.
All the towels. All of this is just
okay, get all that stuff off the floor, please. So I want us to witness that, right? Then if we play the tape back, right? Yeah, we play the tape back and we see these manic episodes. No. I'll do that. When you see these manic episodes, right? And you see them at some point. Can you give me my glasses, please? Right there. I'm gonna paint the picture. They're right there, honey, by the little Easter bunny. Let me show you guys something real quick. You know when you get convicted, right? And you got to go to court now. The lawyer will tell you, we need you to just say you're a gang member, you're a drug dealer, whatever you are, right? And the lawyer will tell you, they'll say, hey, we need you to come here looking real innocent. We need you to put the suit on, the glasses. We need you to portray a different image. So hold on, you guys. Let me show you something really quick. I went to church on Sunday and, or the other day, and I know that I need to take accountability for the things that I did. And there's some certain things that the pastor said that it really hit me. It really hit me. And, you know, it made me realize some things. And, I started reading my Bible. I don't know all the Proverbs or Psalms, but, I did start. And something that he said in particular that I wanted to share with you guys. You know, when people attack you or they try to bring you down, see, Jesus always met them with love. He washed their feet. What? I'm sitting here and I'm watching this and I'm just like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I can't change people, and people they're going to take accountability on their own time. No, I'm not asking them to come on the internet and give me an apology. People get it when they get it on their timing. What? I was shaking in my Stella boots. I was shaking in my Stella cowboy boots on the beach. I promise you was. I was like, we've seen this before. We've seen this before. This is not the first time. And I want you guys to understand it's the glasses, it's the wig, it's the bare face, when people come out of a manic episode, they have to level their self out. They have to convince theirself that I'm okay again. Everything's okay. I went to church. I felt the Holy Spirit and everything is okay. I've seen this. This is something that I've lived in my personal life. Not personally, but I've watched people live this out. And it was a vicious pattern. A vicious pattern. And a narcissist will do this. And scene. And it's something the pastor said. When people this person is literally making this up as they go. And they're trying to portray this in some type of like sermon or message, right? Even though this is directly what they've done, how they've attacked people, how they've messed with people, how they've provoked others. My granny always said, don't poke that bear unless you want that bear to attack you. If you go into a bear's environment and you start to mess with a bear, you start to chase after it, take a picture of it, poke it, and then you come on the internet and say, a bear attacked me. And then they pull up the footage of you messing with the bear first, and now you're trying to victimize yourself. You came in that bear's environment, and you expected not to get messed with back? You can't poke the bear. You can't poke the bear. You can't. But as I'm you guys ever watch how when people lie, when they look a certain way up? Okay, remember, you guys were, okay, look at, I don't know if this reactor still exists, but she used to sit down on her bed and her dad was like an ex-FBI agent. I don't know if y'all remember her. I don't know what happened. I haven't seen her videos in a long time. I don't remember her name, right? But something, all my family's in the military. Huh?
I just have them like sitting like where my own drawers is.
Oh, that's fine, baby. So all my family was in the military, right? All of my uncles, cops, sheriffs, all these, they're all in law enforcement, right? My great grandfather, who's 99 years old, who has 4-stage cancer, he's going through it, you guys. He's on his way out. He fought in World War II, right? And they would tell me certain things, and you know, they would always say, you want to know when somebody's lying? And it's so funny because she used to say this in her video. And I always knew she wasn't making it up because I had this told to me myself. When somebody is making something up or they're lying, it's a certain way their eyes move. It's a certain way their eyes look, right? And it's a pattern. If you watch somebody's eyes, every time they're talking to the camera, you'll know when they start to lie. It's a certain movement they're going to do with their eyes every single time. And if you watch this person in particular, every time they get ready to fathom a story, make up a story, just make it up as they go, go rewatch the video. Yeah, and what are you looking at? What's at the ceiling? What's at the ceiling? What are you looking at over here? Every time you're getting ready to say something about what happened when you went to church or what was said. And see, nowadays, you know, all the church services are recorded. I would love to watch the sermon. I would love to, you know. But that person, I forget her name, the reactor, she always would say this. And, you know, it resonated with me because I've been told the same thing, right? Clock it, kid, clock it, period. And so as I'm watching the video, I'm seeing this person look up. I'm watching them look up, move their eyes, and I'm watching every time they're tilting their head. You can go watch it, I'm not making it up, and look up. Oh, I wish I could show it because I'm watching. I got my 75-inch TV right here. And every single time, I'm talking to y'all, but I'm watching it go, yeah. And then when they're back telling the truth, they look at the camera. And when they're back lying, it's like, Reese, there you go, Reese. I didn't want to get it wrong. Reese, yes. Reese always, she talked about that. She always bring it up. And I was like, clock it. That's so true. You so right. Period, point blank. So a narcissist will tell you a story, right? Like they'll try to give you an inspirational story or give you some motivation, and they'll use their real life scenario as they're telling the story to draw pity and victimize themselves. And I'm watching this play out, and I'm just like, so we don't remember. And maybe because this person is constantly taking their lives down, constantly taking their videos down where they can't replay it and jog their own memory, or they have amnesia. And then when she was talking about people not being in reality and being in another dimension and people being delusional, I was like, are you projecting who you are and your own thoughts onto these people? Are we projecting right now? Are we disassociating and projecting who you are as an individual to your life, to the camera? Because that's what it's giving. Somebody that is educated, somebody who doesn't have mental illness, who has already went through the process several times, because mental illness, you know, obviously runs in my family, never been diagnosed with anything, you know what I mean? Period, point blank. When I can watch this happen in front of my face, I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So this is, and to hear this person say, I'm not gonna stop until this channel is taken down. I am tired of the bullying. This channel has been used to bully me, and enough is enough. I'm like, oh, you really believe that? You really believe that? You really believe that you are the victim? You really believe that people are out to get you because you created a situation for yourself because of your entitlement as a biracial woman. You thought that a judge was going to be on your side because of and it didn't go that way at all. Your sense of entitlement, your sense of, okay, and I will tell you this, people that have mental illness, they think they can beat the court system. I've watched it play out. They think they're smarter than lawyers. And I remember watching this video many, many, many years ago, maybe like 5 years ago, 4 years ago, I don't know how long ago. This person was on the video and was like, I don't need a lawyer. I don't need to do none of that. I got this. I know what to say. Everything was starting. And I was like, whoa, like, what? I didn't know you go to law school. I didn't know you passed the bar. Tell me something new. What? I didn't know. I didn't know that you can just represent yourself. And, I didn't know you were legally blonde. What? Do you have the chihuahua? Like, what? I'm watching this and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to backfire. Like, this is going to be so bad, right? Because what played a difference in that situation, and if we're just being, completely honest, was money, right? Was money. And when money is involved and people love their children, and they're not afraid to put money on the table to fight for their children, we live in a world where money talks and bullshit walks. Do you feel me? And it don't matter the color of your skin. It don't matter if you're biracial, purple, yellow, zebra, monkey. It don't matter. It don't matter if you're a talking parrot. If you get the money for the lawyer and you show up with the lawyer, well, Nationwide is on your side. You know what I mean? Yes, excuse me. Okay, go ahead. So, yes. And so my thing is, yeah, I don't know, baby, you lost it. Can you please look for it? The last time you had it was in your bed. I have Nationwide. Yes, and that's what I'm saying. And so when you can't, okay, look it. You can't get mad at the internet for saying you didn't do what you were supposed to do. You didn't fight the way you were supposed to fight. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. When you put something on the internet that you failed to fight for something that came out of your body, right? You birth. You can't get mad. That should have been a private matter. Should have stepped away from the internet and handled it. But because you publicized it and you lied on it and said so many different outrageous allegations, and everything was flipped and turned, and the rightful person, got what they needed. And, I can't say too much. I'm trying to be careful with my words, but y'all understand my drift, right? So now you want some click and views almost a year ago, and you bait another person. And then because me and this person have started a friendship, right? And you are threatened because you've shared some secrets with this person, and you are so terrified that this person has shared them with me. Yeah, you started a uproar. You did. You started an uproar. You started to poke the bear. Okay? And then when that person was like, oh, hold up, wait a minute, you're not going to talk about me. Now you're a victim. So we're not going to get on a StreamYard. This is what we're not going to do. We're not going to get on a StreamYard and act like you don't know that you started all of that. And I have every last single video in my iPhone. Every single one. From the first time you got on that video and you said, and da-da-da, in the big bag from Cali. Because I'm only going to speak about myself. And at the end of the day, and I'm going to say this publicly. And people might not like it, but this is my personal opinion. If somebody came on the internet and put some allegations against my children in that form, I would have called 911. I would have went straight to the police department. a defamation letter. I don't know if that's what it's called. I'm probably saying it wrong. Again, I have the flu. That would have been the least of my worries. I would have filed a police report immediately. I would have gathered every video. I would have had it in my phone ready to go. I would have opened an open investigation. I don't care how many days I would have had to be at that police department. I would have started a uproar behind my children. Yes, 350. I will say that. I'm not judging how people handled their situation. I'm stating how I would have handled that. Because when it comes to anything that comes out of my body, I'm gonna go there. Yeah. What's that Akon song? I'm locked up, they won't let me out. You know what I'm saying? Because they came out of my body. I laid on the operating table and they got cut out of my body. I almost died behind that. You know what I mean? These are my children. So that's my first thing. Number two, the man that was involved, definitely you should have defended your character. You should have defended your innocence immediately. I would have came on this internet and I would have made a video immediately as a man. And I'm going to just say that. I would have made a video immediately. And see, I just sit back and I watch. I don't say nothing. I just stay quiet because ain't none of my business. But now that my name's being brought up, and now that key girl, you know my name. You know my name. You know my name. You know, say my name. Say my name. You know my name. we did. You know, what did we do together? April, March Madness, whatever. You know my name. You know my name. Stop playing with me. Okay, but that's pure point blank. I would have been at the police department immediately if those allegations weren't made against somebody I had a child with and somebody, yeah, immediately. Yeah, no letters would have been sent, an email, no lawyers would have been contacted. I would have called 911 immediately. What? Okay? And I would have called the non-emergency line, whatever. Whatever I had to do would have been done that day. The internet would have been shut down. Goodbye. Video would have been taken, and I would have been right there in the police department. Yes, I would like to report this. Okay? Now, what a narcissist will do, what somebody that is a narcissist, allegedly, and allegedly that stuff, all this is allegedly, that suffers from mental illness. They will poke and poke and poke and poke and poke and poke and poke. They will go after the weakest link. You never see an abuser with a woman that will fight him. Tell me when a woman that will throw blows with a man that is abusing her, he's not picking her. An abuser is not picking a woman that's going to stand 10 toes or that is crazy like him. He's going to go after somebody that is weak and vulnerable. And a narcissist can tell from a mile away if you are weak and you are vulnerable and what you are not going to do and what you're going to tolerate. Because they've studied you. They've been around you, they've watched you, they've built a friendship or a relationship with you. So they know if you are gonna take it. They know if you're gonna crawl up in a corner and not do anything. Because she didn't go after the other people like that. And I'm not gonna say their names because they've already been asked not to bring their names up in videos. So I respect that because I don't want my name brought up in anything either. You feel me? Respect. Okay, it's Black History Month. But you know what I'm saying? You didn't go after them. You didn't come on the internet talking like that towards them because you know who to play with and you know who not to play with. So you went after somebody vulnerable. You went after somebody vulnerable because you knew that you were going to put their back against the wall. And then you come out on the top again. I'm the victim. I'm the victim. Again. And it blows my mind. It blows my mind. And I get it. The internet might not like both parties or one party more than the other, but we gotta call a narcissist a narcissist. We gotta call it. We have to call it that. And I will tell you, the situation, in my personal opinion, was handled incorrectly. Because there would have been a long paper trail. All the things that were said that that other person said. It would have been documented. I would have, y'all know me, Key always keeps a receipt. I would have been on here with all the files every time I went to the police department. She's doing it again. She's saying it again. She's doing it again. This is incorrect. This is a lie. That's it. That's all. This is my own personal opinion. And that's just, I mean, because those things are not there, right? So I will say that. And again, this is my, personal opinions. I'm not trying to bring anybody down. But one thing that I know is when you have a paper trail, it looks a lot better. So when this situation unfolded the way it did, then it's like, oh, hold on, I got a paper trail. I got a paper trail. And it's filed back all the way to this incident. You get what I'm saying? You guys catch my drift? And again, those are very heavy allegations. Yes. It's okay. It was only $2.99 or $3.99. Yeah, sure. But I think I could fix that, honestly. A big one? Okay, I got you. He wants a big water gun. He's hounding me. I keep buying him little ones. And he's like, sis, this is a little water gun. Okay. So my thing, again, is that I got to be careful, right? Those can, on that chair where all his clothes are, just lift the chair back up that he turned over and set them all right there, honey, and I will handle that. She never had recordings of any of that because it never happened. No, I never said anything about that. Don't put words in my mouth. All I'm saying is that was a bold allegation to come on Jesus Christ's internet and say that with your chest out and for it to turn around on her and for her to go to jail. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. It's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. I've already let Jazzy know I'm sorry her kids had to witness that. Her kids had to witness her being put in handcuffs. That is horrible. I can only imagine how traumatic that is to children on the side of a freeway. That is horrible. No child should have to go through that. Absolutely not. I don't care how you feel about the mama or the adult, but a child, no, that was horrible. That is something that they will never forget. They'll be 30 years old talking about, remember when that girl from YouTube got you in jail, mom? That ain't never going to go away. I hate to say it. And then their mom was gone overnight. Oh, yeah. That's never, and no, absolutely horrible. But again, I will say this and I will say it again. If those type of allegations were put towards my children, I would have been at the police department immediately. I would have drove over there right then and there. While that person was on live, I would have hopped in my whip fast, NASCAR, and would be like, yep, this is what she's saying. She's on live right now. She's on live right now. Look at it. I want to report it. And we're all different. We're all different people, right? We all handle situations differently. We all have different circumstances, but I'm giving you my personal opinion because now that all this is unfolded, there's no paper trail. Do you get what I'm saying? There's no paper trail. It's called hearsay. You get what I'm saying? All this is hearsay. Hearsay. It's all hearsay. Now, yes, honey, you can. And on top of that, we have to also, like I said, a narcissist will go after, and I'm not saying that this person is physically weak, but I'm saying a narcissist will calculate you and know if you're going to fight, whether that's a physical fight or that's in the court. Like in a divorce, a narcissist will know, like, can they fight you in court? Can they fight you in a divorce? Can they take all your belongings away if you didn't sign a prenup? Let's make it clear what I'm talking about because I don't want this to go over people's heads. You get what I'm saying? So he has to go over that with baby because, and turn it down. Thank you, my lovey, because mom is on live. So when you do that, right? Anyways, when a narcissist does that, they know they can calculate this person in their next move. No. That person isn't probably going to have representation. That person probably doesn't know how to handle a legal situation, how to go about this properly, how to get the right representation to fight this for real, for real. You get what I'm saying? So when a narcissist can calculate you, then they're going to go after that person, not necessarily saying that they're weak, but the person that isn't going to fight back. Because I don't want that to go over people's heads or people to, twist my words around, clock the T, not too much. So, and my granny, and I'm always talking about my granny because she raised me, and my granny always tell me, don't connect with any woman or male in this world that has nothing to lose. When somebody has lost the greatest thing that the most valuable thing to them, and they didn't fight for it, you should have cut them off right there. Clink, clink, never talking to you again. My granny always says, you don't continue to be friends with somebody. You leave somebody where they're at. When people have already lost something like that, they're going down a path of destruction after that. Oh, absolutely. 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 I agree with that. And I really hope she does. All my prayers are just to her. Nobody deserved to go to jail. Not her. Nobody deserved that. Because I will tell you this. She didn't start it. She didn't initiate it. She didn't instigate it. And we're not going to, and I hate when people on the internet try to pretend that they don't remember how this all started. What? Why are we going to act delusional on how this started? And who started it? If you start something, you better, you know what I'm saying, be ready to take the hits. Take the hits that come with it. But you started it, and when you felt like a low blow was hit at you, you went lower, and it got ugly. But there's a right way to handle certain situations. And again, this is my personal opinion. Okay? Number one, I wouldn't have handled that by talking mess on the internet. I wouldn't have. Because as a mother, I know that my children are my heart. And if those type of allegations were made against mine, I probably would have been loose lips, and I probably would have went a little crazy on the internet too. Right? But I will say, I'm very self-aware of who I am as a woman. And I know when I need to pull back the reins and log out before I might take it too far or might say something I can't unsay. And I know that certain things need to be handled off of the internet. And that even goes for me in my situations that I've been public about on the internet. I have to be self-aware to say, pull back, Key. You said enough. You vented. If you go any further, this might not be good. Be quiet. That's me as a woman being self-aware, though. Okay? Number two. Yes, you can take that tray out of fruit. If we all knew it was going to go this far, what? Come here, sugar. Things could have been handled differently, especially if the outcome was going to be that, if you catch my drift. Yeah, she don't know me like that. Yeah, I when a woman doesn't fight for something that came out of her body, baby boy, we could never be friends again. I didn't talk to my mama for years, decade, because she didn't fight for her children. I don't trust you. Somebody that's going down a war path like that, you should disassociate with everything. Period, point blank. Now, what I don't understand is another thing where my name is being brought up in is I was going to expose this person's child's father. What? No, sweetie. I don't even know you. I don't know your business. What? What? Yes. What?
It's Sonic.
It's Sonic,
Yeah.
the hedgehog.
Yeah.
You like him?
Yeah.
Yeah. He.
Because Sonic teeth
I know.
is scary just for me. Ah, it's scary. It's a monster.
No, baby, I'm totally fine. Thank you. Can you serve your brother, please?
Yeah.
Thank you, Boo. Everybody been knowing that. And I'm not gonna say no names, no games. Everybody knew that. Anybody with 2 eyes to see could see that. If God had blessed you with, go there with it, baby. Go to your table so you can eat dinner. Anybody if God has blessed you with the capability of seeing, and even if he gave you 1 eye, if you had 1 eye, you could see that. Oh, I seen that. It was obvious. Everybody could see it. It was very much in our face. It wasn't hiding. Peekaboo, I see you. No. We all could see it. So that wasn't a secret. That wasn't news to nobody. You know, when Drake said, I didn't hide my baby from the world. I hid my baby from the world. Or something like that. No. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? We were there. We were there. We seen the videos. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. So that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? That was very crazy to say that out loud. But again, a narcissist will believe their own delusion. A narcissist will victimize themselves and say, what are you doing? Why are you doing this to me? What? You started it. And again, you can't, some people are not going to sit back and take it. And they hate to be exposed. We saw it all. We saw it all. And I felt like this was the best time to talk about it because my good sister in Christ, praise the Lord. I thought this was a great time to talk about it because you're on your path with Jesus. And I thought, you know what? This is a great time. You know, I don't know if it's Allah. I wasn't sure. Was that a Quran? I'm not sure what the religion is. So I don't want to assume, because again, I didn't get through the whole video. I don't want to assume this person's religion. I never want to do that. I don't know what it is, but, you know, I don't want to do that. But I thought this was a great time to talk because the spirit is within you, you know. The spirit is within you. The Bible was out. That Bible was out on the desk. So I knew, yes, I knew right there. I said, well, the Bible's out. The spirit's in the room. The spirit's in the video. The glasses are on. There's no makeup. It's giving very demure, you know. I get it. We've seen this. We've seen this act before. And I know a lot of people say it's a character. It's a character. It's not a character. It's called a multiple personality allergy. Y'all, I can't talk. Multiple personalities. When people have multiple personalities, and it doesn't have to be extreme. It can be on a very low scale, but you still can have it. And I'm not trying to diagnose anybody. This is all allegedly. This is just, you know, my personal opinion, my outlook, what I've observed from videos, you know, and it's a disorder. Absolutely. It's definitely a disorder. And we see it. We see it. And I won't hold you. I really do believe wholeheartedly that postpartum depression has something to do with it. If you didn't know, I will educate you, and you can Google this and TikTok it because I think we all are enrolled into TikTok University. Postpartum can last up to 7 years. Yeah. You know, postpartum is a real thing. And as being a certified doula, you know, and a birth justice advocate, we see a lot of biracial, African-American, Hispanic women, Indian women go undiagnosed with these disorders, and it's so much more than postpartum depression. There's a long list of things that you can suffer from, that's classified under mental illness, but it isn't long term. It's induced by the postpartum depression.
Can we take a break again?
Yeah, absolutely. And having children back to back, if you do not have a very tight girl, bye, got it. Exactly. I'm not finna play with y'all. I'm being serious. You know, at the end of the day, this part is serious. Y'all play too much. That is what I do, you know, being an advocate. And you see so many women of these, you know, backgrounds, minorities being undiagnosed. And for myself, I had 3 children back to back. I have a 13-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a soon-to-be 11-year-old. So I was pregnant back to back to back at a very young age. Number one, at that time, my kid's father was phenomenal. My father was alive. He was there after every pregnancy. He came home with me and my kids' father to take care of me, to cook, to clean. I didn't have the stress or the worries. I wasn't a single mother. I didn't have to go back to work immediately. My life looked a very lot different, right? A very lot different. My life looked very different, correct? So when you see a single mother who has children back to back and her village, or she doesn't have a support system, she has to immediately return to work, even if it's to the internet. She has to immediately begin to provide. She has to move from another state. I'm not giving anybody an excuse, but it will send you into a spiral. Then allegedly, if any type of are involved, if you get my drift, can also enhance these things. One thing for my brother, I will say, when he was in a manic episode, if he did use any type of drugs, it would only, it would take him maybe from a 3 to sitting on the couch, talking to himself, having a full-blown conversation, pacing the floor. If he would use some type of substance, sorry, I cannot talk, y'all, I'm sick. If he used some type of substance, it would enrage him, right? Where he would begin to yell. And I'm like, what are you yelling about? Calm down, sit down. He would begin to say more vulgar things that were off the wall, right? So if all of these things are allegedly possibly could be, you know, the reason. Again, I'm not a medical professional. I'm just an advocate, and I have personal lived experience with people that have suffered from mental illness. And I'm actually a certified doula, where I after I help give you birth, or I assist in giving you birth, then I stay with you in your postpartum after, and however long you hire me for, whether it's 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, it's your prerogative. It's what your, you know, bank account is set up. Then I'll come and almost be like a night nurse, right? And I'll stay at night and I'll help with the baby. I'll do dishes. I'll clean. I'll assist you in breastfeeding, whatever you may need. Take when you pump, put everything in the bags, put the dates. You know, when women do not have a village and they go into complete survival mode, and let's just say hypothetically, you already have some type of undiagnosed mental illness, and then you have children back to back, and then you are in flight or fight, and then you go into survival mode, provide mode, you are going to spiral. And everybody is going to be your enemy, yourself included. And I've seen this. I mean, I see it, right? And it's not giving anybody an excuse. It's just reality. There's no excuse involved. There's so much help nowadays. There's so much help there, and nowadays there's not a lot of, you know. Before, as the African American woman, biracial woman, Hispanic woman, Indian, because that's who we deal with. We deal with urban women, right? We tend to be afraid to go into the doctor and say, hey, I'm experiencing these thoughts after having a baby. I'm experiencing these feelings after having a baby, because we think they're going to get child protective services involved. Now there's certain things to protect us as women, where as long as you are not a threat to yourself or your child, they are going to help you. They're going to refer you to services. Now there's numbers you can call. So I won't give it an excuse, especially when you have a mother that, yes, my love.
The other one put a short.
He doesn't want to put your shawl on. Well, can you bring it to me and mommy will help you?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. And when your people are watching you on the internet, or let's just say your mother or your sister, or really her mother was the only person around her, I cannot believe that she didn't see the signs. I cannot believe that she's not unaware of some type of undiagnosed mental illness. I don't believe that. I don't care. I don't care how. I don't care how uneducated you are. I don't. I don't care. I don't care if you don't know nothing about nothing. When your child is acting a certain way that is not their normal behavior, then that should send the red flags, the flashing lights. Let's have a conversation. You're not okay. And I will tell you this, as you guys could see on my videos on TikTok and here, my brother has been diagnosed. Yes, baby. Okay, I don't know if we ever found it. It's under all. We did. Okay, well, I might have lost it again, unfortunately. Oh, it's right here, my lovey. So you see how Demir, not to toot my own horn, but I always feel like as a mother, your kids can't interrupt you because your first job is to be a mother. Somebody put that on a t-shirt. Not too much, but clock the T. So why would I get I see so many moms get, irritated with their children when they're on a live or on the internet. So I watch it on TikTok, y'all. I be squirreling when I can't sleep on TikTok, and they be talking to their kids crazy. And I'm just like, but you're a mother first. You're not an influencer first. And we see you. We can hear you. That ain't okay. You know what I'm saying? Especially on TikTok, y'all. They be wilding over there. But I'm never going to be that way. My kids can come and interrupt me as many times. What do you need? That's okay. I can get it for you. Because my first job in this world when I chose to open my legs and have children was to be a mother. Thank you. Not too much, though. Okay. Okay, so why would I get irritated or aggravated? I cannot talk, y'all. I promise I can talk. I promise I can say these words properly, but I don't know what is going on. If the flu is messing with me, okay? The flu got me messed up. But no, I'm going to stop what I'm doing. What do you need? How can I help you? I got you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, and these are my own personal opinions and thoughts, okay? I don't expect, if nobody agrees with me, that's okay. This is what I stand on. I don't stand for nothing. I stand for a lot of things. But my brother was always, back to what I was saying, my brother would be in denial, about his mental illness. He would say, I can smoke some, I'll be okay. I'll be just fine. I don't need to take that medication. That medication makes it worse. That medication makes my stomach hurt. And a lot of people that are, misdiagnosed or undiagnosed or already diagnosed, they really think nothing is wrong with them. And that is like almost a number one indicator. Because we have to normalize in society that it is okay not to be okay. Number one, we shouldn't mock people with mental illness. Never. And I in any form or fashion, I'm reenacting. There's another way to say it. But when somebody, we have to, especially in our community, we have to normalize that. Oh, you take medication, you take mood stabilizer, sis, do what you got to do. If that makes you a better mom, if that makes you a better coworker, if that makes you a better sister, if that makes you a better daughter, if that makes you function, right? We have to normalize it, because I don't know if y'all be on TikTok. I'm going to share this because it's something that's been bothering me. There's this woman on TikTok, right? And I don't know how I'm going to push this narrative or normalize this, but I really want this to become trendy, as her videos are. Because what she's saying is that you're not depressed. She said this in her videos. You guys probably know who I'm talking about. She said, your house is dirty. You need to get up. You need a routine. No. No, 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 no. And she's telling these women, get up and organize your cabinets and clean your house and you'll feel better and everything will be better and get on a schedule and everything will be better. No, 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 no. We're not going to do that. If you watch some of these women on TikTok and their houses are disgusting, I mean, they are filthy. There's a disgusting house. There's a hoarder house. There's a lived in house. There's a messy house. There's all these different categories of what your house might look like and to yourself or to the outside public. When you turn that camera around and you show people your houses, then they have the entitlement that they can voice their opinion and say, oh, that house is disgusting. Now, what I don't agree with when mental illness and depression, women are out here suffering in silence with depression. When you say you're not depressed, your house is just dirty. If you get your house in order, if you get on a schedule, if you force yourself to get out of bed, things will be better. No, 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 no. You need to go to the doctor. You need to tell the doctor, I can't get up and clean. I want to get up and clean. I want to get up and I want to do my dishes. I want to get up and wash all those pile of clothes, but something inside of me, I just can't. Something isn't right. I just want to lay in the bed. The only time I get up is when I got to feed my kids. We need to normalize that forcing yourself to get up and clean is not going to fix your depression. It's not going to fix your anxiety. It's not going to fix when people can't go outside or when they have social anxiety. Like, cleaning your house is not going to fix those things. You have a chemical imbalance. You got something going on. You need some help. And that is okay. We need to create a safe space, and I'm trying to figure this out. I'm talking about some real stuff right now because her video is all up and down my timeline, all her videos. And I'm like, no, we can't. We have to normalize that if okay. I'm healing because I'm working out. It's sweeping it under the rug. Absolutely. There's this one, it's an African-American mother. And what she does is she decides to turn the camera around. One of her son has a trach. I don't know if you guys seen this video or childhood trauma. He has a trach. He has some type of disability. God bless his little soul. He is so cute. Okay, I just wanted to pinch his little cheeks and kiss him. He was adorable. And he's a toddler. I think he's around my son's age, right? He could be a little younger or a little bit older. My son's 3. I don't know if they're twins or not. I didn't go that deep dive because it was very disturbing how people begin to attack her. And if we are going to love our Black women who are suffering from depression, we cannot attack them when they turn the camera around and show things like that. We need to help them. We need to say, number one, that's not okay. We don't need to beat them over their head. We need to see, number 2, you need to go to the doctor. You need to go to the doctor. You need to talk to them about this. You need to get some help. Once you get the help, then you need to clean that up. Okay? But the way her son, they were toddlers. They had diapers on. They must have took their diapers off in the middle of the night, took the sheets off. They had feces everywhere, all over the beds. It was bad, okay? And the room was tore up. All his medical, stuff was all in the corner. It was just all tore up, you guys. It wasn't organized. My heart went out. It did. I was like, oh my gosh, this is not okay, right? Yes, this is on TikTok, y'all. It is on TikTok. It is a viral thing. It's 2 toddlers that have some disabilities. One has a trach. I don't know if the other one does. Right. And you know what, Silver Spoon? I'm going to speak on that as soon as I'm done with this conversation. Everybody just started attacking her. And I will tell you the women that did start attacking her first. And I thought, man, how do we change the narrative that you are suffering from something that needs attention so that you can be a better mother, because this isn't okay. So I'm trying to figure that out. This is giving homage. I don't know. By Friday, I need my $100,000. I'm going to give birth to my baby in Dubai. I don't know. She's like, mind your business. That's all I had to say. The Pakistan lady, oh my gosh, I don't know why. I cannot look at myself with my hair wrapped up because it's just making me think of that lady. Okay, in Dubai. Yes, I'm in Pakistan. My husband's here. I'm married. I am pregnant. She was not playing. She was so funny. Okay, look it. So that's my intrusive thoughts getting the best of me. I had to say it because it's like I'm looking at myself and I'm seeing like her in that video with all in Pakistan. Like, what? You're in Pakistan saying all this and you're safe. It was just crazy to me. So I don't know. I haven't followed up with the story. I'm gonna be so honest with you. So that I'm trying to figure that out, y'all. I want to try to change the narrative and say, yes, your house should be clean. But number one, if your house is that tore up, something is going on with you psychologically. Something is going on. Something isn't okay. And so I personally believe before we can address the home, we need to address your mental stability. Okay, then once we can address that, then we can address the home. And we need to come together as a village on that because that is crazy. Okay, anyways, that was off topic, but it still kind of was on topic. So I want to go back to what Silver Moon said. She said, she never acts like she has childhood trauma. Bad. That live with the panel proves she does big time. Okay, so now I didn't watch the whole panel. I did it. I'm not going to sit here. I just watched the little clip bit where my name was brought up. It was sent to me. I watched it and I clicked off. It was too much, especially when she said, once you come for her, she can say whatever she wants. There is no rules in the game. Or she said there is no rules in an argument or something. And many of women don't believe they have issues. And I think the reason why they don't believe is because they're so afraid of how society is going to view them and if they're going to love them and respect them as the same. You get what I'm saying? She has selective memory, correct. And see, the thing with me is I know my upbringing. I know my childhood. I know who my mama was, who my daddy. I know all of this. I was there. It was a lot of trauma. It was a lot happening. But see, I've done the work. When you don't go to therapy, when you don't get the help that you need to unfold this trauma, okay, to really process it, to have somebody that's a medical professional to literally sit down with you and to validate your feelings because you went through these things as a child so that you don't put your kids through the same things that you've went through, right? So you can make better choices and you're not harboring all of these, y'all, excuse me, these unhealed traumas. It will begin to spill into your adulthood. It will. Excuse me, y'all. I gotta get a sip of something. Hey, Key. And yes, and narcissists usually have very selective memories. Absolutely. And they even I really, you know what? I don't think they have selective memories. I think that they place themselves as the victim they position themselves as the victim in the places where they were actually the narcissist, and they try to portray or paint this narrative towards us that it wasn't their fault. They didn't do that. They didn't start it. They weren't the hostile one. They weren't that. They weren't this. It was the other person. It was the other person. I'm just responding to what they said to me. So you think you can say something to me? No, when you start it, you can't start something, right? And I go back to the hood stuff, right? Because I am from Cali, and I'm never ashamed for where I came from. I'm never ashamed from where my family came from. And in the hood, let's just go there. When you start something, you got to be ready to finish it. But also, there is rules. There is things that you don't do. There is things that you don't say. There is things that you just don't do. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Sorry, guys. Johnny said it right. Olivia don't go through anything difficult. She tries to go around it and doesn't heal. I agree. Like when she said she didn't post an IG story. Yeah. So, hold on, y'all. 1 second. Always talking about she. Right. Supreme key. Hold on. And narcissists know exactly what they're doing. I don't think that she did raise her. Hold on, y'all. Don't go away. Hold on. Okay. So true. Okay. When y'all hear me, I bet as soon as Stella goes against her, she always flips out on her. Notice how Stella and Raquel talk to her kind of like they are on eggshells, even at 10 years old. Right. And one thing that I always will say is that Yanni be clocking it. And she uses me as an example. And that's totally fine. It's because I do believe we have very similar stories. Maybe not exactly or verbatim or, same everything, but I do believe we have, because my daddy was around, clock the tea, but not too much, not too much. But, but it's something that maybe because she doesn't want to embarrass her mom or she doesn't want to put her mom on Front Street. She portrays this different upbringing that is a delusion. That isn't correct. That is not the upbringing that she had. I really believe that Stella was out there. You know what I'm saying? With the boots, she was out there, and she had, because I'll tell you this, and I always have to speak from a very personal perspective, I have to use my own story. I don't care how high my mama was. If the audio is choppy. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me know. Can you guys hear me now? Okay, is it better now? Not all terrible parenting. I think it is jelly of how she breeds that have back. Okay, and we're raised from. Okay, not at all terrible parenting, and I think she is of half breeds that have black mothers and were raised on their black side. She's so sad. Yes, I believe so too. Okay, girl, bye. How is it? Is it better? I believe so too, and I believe that's why it's very triggering. With her children being raised by their black side, and I'll just be very honest. They're having a very different upbringing than she ever had. They are being taught differently from every which way, right? You guys are hearing every other word. All right, hold on. It's still choppy. Hold on. Oh, is the Wi-Fi unplugged? All right, is it choppy to everybody? Try to go in and come out because I would hate to start it over. I had to leave. Okay. Latinos. And I will, I mean, I'm from California and there's Latinos everywhere. I'm Cuban, so all good here. Okay, so, I have Cuban in me, so shout out to my Latinos. It's all love. But I will be very honest with you. A lot of the times, that is her personality for me. I see her in the character or portraying that. Like a certain type of Hispanic girl. More like more than I've ever seen the black side, I've seen like the Latina like thing in like white girl. But again, not that it even matters, but yeah, in your environment, just like, my son is white passing. He has blonde hair and blue eyes, but he's raised in a house full of, his biracial mom and his black siblings, right? So of course, he's going to come off very different, right? People might say, why you act, I could just imagine the older he gets, people might say, why you act black? Why you act like that? Why you talk like that? Or why you this? Why you that? Whatever, because he is white passing, right? So the environment that you grow up in contributes. Sure, baby. That's a great idea because it is 9:30. It's time for bed. Yeah, I can handle the rest of this. I mean, as long as there's nothing on the floor. Contribute to who you are, your characteristics, right? How you talk, how you walk, how you do your makeup.
Watch a movie before we go to bed.
No, it's school day. Don't push it, my love. But take this shower, please. Turn off the porch light. So I believe all that, plays contribute to who you are, especially when you're biracial and you're not raised with, y'all, I had to lean back. I do not feel good. Lean back with it. Do the rock away. I don't feel good. So all that contributes to your personality, how you carry yourself, yada, 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 right? So I grew up in Hollywood. But I really believe that. Like, there's certain things at 34 years old, she should know her authentic self by now. And you know what? I will say this. A lot of people don't. And my granny always said, and I'm always going to use my granny, she always said, don't contribute age to maturity or accountability or self-awareness. Don't. Because somebody can be 50 years old and still behave the way that they do. And you're like, you're 50, you should know better. People choose to not grow because with elevation, right? With growth, you have to change. Change has to come. Change follows growth. You have to take accountability, like self accountability, right? You have to become self aware of who you are, your true authentic self, right? And you have to begin to let things go that no longer serve you, right? Things that no longer serve you. You can't take the way you acted, the way you talked, the way you got at people, the way you respected yourself when you're trying to grow and heal and become better. Along the way, you're gonna have to leave some of those things there. They can't grow with you as you grow, right? Some people don't mature. Yeah. And at school, let's say your home life was not good, right? Sorry, y'all, I cannot breathe. And anyway, if I lean back, sit back, like this flu got me all messed up. And I think this is like the fourth day. She throws these personalities out the phone. Right. And there's a lot of people, you when you're on the internet, you see a lot of people have 3, 4, 5 children, and the way they behave, the way they treat their children, the way they don't put their children first. I mean, I really enjoy listening to you. Everything you say always makes so much sense. Thank you. I try to, talk from sense, not just gibberish or just, delusion. So thank you. Because at the end of the day, I might talk my mess, do a little acting, but I really am trying to explain something, and I'm really trying to get people to understand at the end of the day. There has to be some meaning behind it. It can't just be for nothing sitting up here on the internet. But even though I'm getting paid, not too much. But I hate to go back to this because there's so many biracial people that suffer from this. When they don't get both sides, there are certain things they just don't know that's not okay. And at the end of the day, yeah. And you know what? And I never want to say, oh, somebody coming on the internet saying they go to church and, they're trying to read their Bible and God's working on them. That's great. Alhamdulillah. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, I don't know what religion it was, only seeing a little bit of the video. I wish the best, I pray whatever that is, that it can help somebody's personal growth. But I was always told this. Karma doesn't just have your name on it. It's your kids too. It's anything attached to you. And karma doesn't have a deadline. When you do something, right? I don't care what it is going to come back to you when you least expect it. And I think that from this point of view right now that we're all seeing these things play out, it looks like this individual's on the top, right? But I will tell you this, them tables always turn. Always turn. They always turn. And sometimes you never see it coming. Because anytime you report anything, you better tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. You better come and say the part that you said. You better, especially when these things are on the internet and it is public and people have these videos saved in their phone. You better come forth with the whole truth. Because once you make the, I would like to report da-da-da, and then they pick it up and somebody goes to jail, and now this goes to court, and an investigation will happen. And when you didn't come forward and tell the whole truth, look, this is what happened. I said this in the first video. I initiated it. It went left. I said these heinous allegations, and this is why this was said. When you don't come forward with the whole truth, it says that whatever's kept in darkness will come to light. Whatever is kept in darkness will come to light. And when you make an official report, don't get me to preach, okay? When you make an official report, you better tell the whole truth, beginning to end. That's all I'm going to say on that. You know what I'm saying? Because now this is bigger. This has become huge. Okay? So what could happen, okay, is, let's just say if the other person doesn't show up to court, and let's just say this person doesn't show up to court and it might get continued. They might say, hey, you need to come to court. They don't come to court a couple of times. It might just get thrown out and dismissed. And then the other person can say, hey, you know, I want to get this off my record. Okay, that's one way it could go. I think that's the best way it could go. I'm just be perfectly honest. Because when it doesn't matter, like right now, I'm live right now. Somebody can be screen recording this right now. If somebody could, I can't, it's on the internet already. I can get off this live and hit delete, don't post. It's already here. It's just, especially certain people wait for them to go live and they record everything. They have files in their HPs, in their iMacs, in their iPhones, and their Androids. They have files on these individuals of every live, every video back 10 years ago. Okay? Back when their first video ever dropped, people have documentation in their phones and their computers, okay? So when you put something on the internet and you file a report to the police department and you don't tell the whole truth and everything that went with it, how did this come about? Why would that person say that? What, did you say anything? Did you provoke that? Oh, no. You don't, yeah. It's on the internet. It's here already. But I will say this. If this individual does go to court, shows up in that courtroom. God bless you. God bless you, baby. You're welcome. Are you okay? Okay. I will say this. You want to blow your nose? I can't imagine if I was that person's child. That, what, my sugar. Clean your, I got it. I got boogie wipes right here. Come here to mama. Come here, my lovey. Oh, I gotta squeeze it to get it out, okay? Blow. 1, 2, 3, blow. Good job. 1, 2, 3, blow. Harder. Harder like the Hulk. Okay. Let me clean you up. You okay? I gotta get it out. Let me get it. Oh, I see it. It's bothering you? Yeah. All right. You got it? Let me see. Let mommy see.
Like that.
Get it like this?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got it? Here, you want a little boogie for yourself? Boogie wipe? Yeah. Okay. Mommy give you a hot bath, okay? And your medicine, okay? Before it's time for bed. It's almost time for bed, okay? Okay. You got it? Yeah? All right. Can you throw this one in the trash? Oh, get it out.
I just want to know.
You don't want the nose thing? The thing that sucks the boogers out?
Yeah.
Okay, we don't have to do that right now. That's not what I was going to do, okay? Yeah, it came out. You okay? Okay. You okay? Go watch your show. Okay, so excuse me. My baby, he's getting better, but it's still draining out. So we got these boogie wipes on deck, okay? I don't know if y'all use these for your babies, but these boogie wipes, what happened, my sugar? They have no perfume and they're way gentler than, I don't even know if gentler is a word. You want to lay on my bed? Yeah, well, come on, sugar. Yes, I will move all this stuff. There you go. Mommy's trying to put these clothes away. There you go. You want to use my blankie? I just washed it.
That's your right.
It's all clean.
That's your right.
I know.
That's your right.
It's so white. Oh, I bleached it. Okay. With some OxyClean too. He said, how is it so white? I bleached it. Okay, but back to what I was saying. So, I will say this, and I don't know. I will say this. How old is Key? He's 3 years old. He'll be 4 on Halloween. Yeah, he's my little sugar. Don't do that. You okay? Okay, because my other son has asthma. So my oldest son has severe asthma, y'all. He almost died when he was 2 years old. We didn't know he had asthma. Usually at 2 years old, they don't like to diagnose them with asthma because they're so small. But it was a hot summer day. We were out and about. We had the AC blowing. It was me and his dad. And it was hot. Even though we had the AC on, we were like handling business. I took his shirt off. He had a little tank top on. I always put my boys in little wife beaters, right? And I looked in the back of the car and he was like leaning over and I lifted his shirt up and I seen him contracting within his chest and his stomach to breathe. And he was a little pale. This was my first baby ever, right? And never had any children prior to this. And my motherly instincts just kicked it in. And I looked at my kid's father. I said, we need to go to Valley Children's. That's the children's hospital here in the city. I said, immediately, something is not right. I grabbed him out of the car seat. I held him. I know that wasn't safe, but I needed to make sure he didn't turn purple or blue. You want to do that? Well, that's just a video. That's not a game, okay?
I shall do this.
Okay, we could try later, okay?
And mommy.
In the morning?
Yes.
Yes. So I called 911. I told them we were on the freeway. We were on the way. I called Valley Children's. I was like, look, I think my baby's having an asthma attack. He's pale. He's breathing funny. We got him to the hospital. His oxygen was so freaking low, you guys. They said if we would have got there a minute late, my son would have died. And I was like screaming and crying. It was the most horrible thing as a first-time mom with a 2-year-old to ever experience in my life. But they were like, they just kept telling, because I was like shaking and crying. They were like, you reacted perfectly. The way you got him, they kept assuring me that I handled this situation like exactly how I was supposed to. I called 911. I called everybody, called the hospital, told them I was on my way there. My baby daddy was flying, y'all. Like, I couldn't wait on the ambulance. I knew I just had to get him there. So he still has very severe asthma still to this day because we live in the valley and the air quality is really bad. And so I have to, he's 13 years old. I still have to give him breathing treatments. He can't be around any type of smoke. When he gets a cold, the flu, when he had COVID, he was hospitalized. Like, I have to watch him very closely. So, my baby, he's 3. We haven't had any asthma attacks or anything. But when he caught the flu just this past week, over the weekend, I seen his stomach contracting. And I was like, So I went ahead and gave him 2 pumps of the inhaler, gave him the medicine. I went into the restroom. I turned the water on hot to let it mist up, the whole restroom. I put towels underneath the door, held him in my lap and sat on the toilet. They tell you to do that, right? To help him breathe, to clear it out. It's like a sauna, and it's supposed to really help them. And he was fine. So now we have a doctor's appointment because now I just want to make sure, like, my baby got asthma because the air quality is bad. So right now I looked over at him. I said, don't do that, because I could tell he was doing it, the little breathing thing. Boy, you finna scare me. Traumatized from that moment with my first son, 11 years later, it still haunts me, so it was a very scary moment. So anyways, back to what I was talking about. Giving her the benefit of the doubt, and that's why she thought was easy, because it's funny she didn't press charge or call the police. Right. And again, when I'll go with that statement to the sister-in-law, is because a narcissist will only go after somebody that's vulnerable, or they've watched you, right? So imagine you've been friends all these years on the internet and you've seen this person get attacked. You've seen this person, people come against them. You've seen all these other drama situations play out, right? We've all watched it. She's watched it. So she's like, oh, you take it. Oh, you don't do this, whatever, however she's responded to these other situations and different circumstances. Oh, you basically don't fight back. So I know that I can play this game with you because I've watched other scenarios play out, and you're not going to buck, or you're not going to take the proper steps that needs to, shoot, I need a boogie wipe, that needs to be taken in this situation. And a narcissist will watch you. Like, you could be a friend with a narcissist and they will watch you. They will learn you. They are invested. Okay. Yes, hit the like button. The like button. Thank you. So yes, very true with that. Let me see the comments. But I will say this. If this person shows up in court to the court date, I am telling you right now, if this person fights this situation, knowing the role that they played, knowing that they started the whole situation, knowing the allegations that that person put on the other person's, that's a map. Google Maps. Yeah.
Mama,
Karma always spins the block and the tables always turn.
give me there.
You want me to take you there? Where's there?
You go to this.
That's a store by Target.
You can get 20 bar for this one. You get a bar.
Oh, you buy a ball from there?
Yeah, what?
He's on the map, y'all. He went to Dick's Sporting Goods, and he's talking about he could get a basketball from that store. I'm telling you, my baby is so intelligent. How he knows to go to that on the, let me show you. I ain't lying.
I'm tired, Mom.
You tired? Oh, he went off of it. You want to take a nap, my lovey?
Yeah.
Oh, look. Not lying. Look. He went to sports on the Google map. He went to the sports. Hold on. Dick's Sporting Goods. And he said you could buy a basketball there. You want mommy to pat you?
Yeah.
Well, come over here. So, I don't know. I'm telling you, this baby knows how to work everything, and he knows how to call me. He knows how to FaceTime me. He knows. You want me to hold you?
My belly, Mom.
You want me to rub your belly?
Yeah.
Is your belly not feeling too well?
Yes.
Okay, well, come here. Let me rub it. Does it hurt like you gotta throw up, or like a pain? Does it feel like a pain? Oh no, Jesus, help his tummy. I don't want you to throw up, okay? Tell mommy. Okay, so mommy rub it. It feels better when I rub it? Yeah? Okay, so yeah, he been here before. I'm telling you right now. He just grabbed the phone and went right back to his show. No problem. Don't need to ask me anything. Can click all the buttons. Know how to open Netflix. Like, know how to FaceTime me. Know how to do all that. It was so funny because we just went to Monterey Bay Aquarium, right? Because my baby never been, but the older kids have. I vlogged it. Y'all should post a video. Took my kids on a shopping spree. Gave each one of my kids $500. I took them to the Gilroy outlets. They spent their money. They thought they was richness, y'all. They thought they was balling out of control at the Nike outlet. Had a good time. We seen all the little sea animals. Had a good time. Well, as we're driving home, we're talking about movies and stuff, right? And so my sonny was like, oh, the baby, don't you like the Grinch? And he said, I don't like the Grinch. The Grinch is a criminal. And we were like, what? And he was like, Mom, the Grinch is a criminal. And I was like, what? And I was like, how is he a criminal? He said, because he steals Christmas. I said, ain't no way that this baby gets the concept. What? I keep telling everybody, I'd be like, Grandma, did I tell you? She's like, girl, you already told me. I'm like, I just cannot believe that he comprehends that. It just blew my mind. Because I don't remember my other kids saying things like that, right? So he's a pandemic baby. We just gonna say that. But back to what I was saying, because I really want to get this out, because I gotta put my baby in the tub. Okay, it's 9:45. But here's the thing. I know my kids was like, Mom, not you going live with that on your head. But you know what? My hair looks a mess. I got the flu. I had to wrap it up. But if she goes and fights this case, goes to court, brings videos, and I mean really shows up and shows out, I can only imagine how the children involved would feel. You gonna fight to hurt somebody else in court that you started the drama but didn't fight for your own children. What? That will not, I can never resonate with that. I will never understand it. I will never, ever, 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 ever filter it. I will never, because we all know, and I'll be the first to say it. Yeah. Lisa Moore. What did Lisa Moore say? Oh, I didn't know about that, Lisa Moore. I can't confirm or deny that. But that will be mortifying. I don't even know what's a better word to use. My brain ain't even braining right now because I'm telling you right now, I got the flu. But if you will show up at court to fight that situation, knowing you started it, you started the whole thing, you started it. You wanted the views, you wanted the moolah, you wanted to get you little clickbait, you know, whatever that's called, where you start a fight on the internet to get some money. That's what you did. And my girl fell into it. Then I fell into it for a minute and I pulled on out because I realized the play and I wasn't going to get played. Do you hear me? You too near me not to. And if you will show up in court and fight that situation, yeah, that would be crazy. Even if you show up virtually. Even if you show up, whether virtually, by mail, by FaceTime, by text message, I don't care how you show up. If you are present in any form or matter in that courtroom that the court allows, that is crazy. You will fight for something on the internet that is lies, something that you started, but you won't fight for your flesh and blood, $400 for a lawyer? Girl, what? 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 Oh, I already told Jazzy. If I need to come for anything, I'll be out there. All she got to do is say the word. Say the word. She needs any type of support with the situation, I got you. Because at the end of the day, it started on the internet. It should have been left on the internet. Period, point blank. That's it. That's all. That's it. And we all know. I don't care if you don't like the other person. I don't care if you, yes.
Where's that girl?
Oh, that's the girl from that movie. The scary girl. What's the movie called?
Her is scary.
The crazy girl.
Is scary.
The Joker's girlfriend. Is that the Joker's girlfriend?
Yes.
Yep, knew it.
Right there, and that is her girlfriend.
It is. But you should have known about that. Not too much. I think. I mean, look what happened with Peach. when she did her eviction thing and everybody was in the Zoom. So, I mean, come on, look at all the people that are all the reactors that are so involved with, I've heard of several reactors saying that they're going to be in the courtroom. And it don't matter if it's virtual. Do you know how many people are going to get that link and be in the virtual courtroom? They going to have to do it in person. I mean, come on now. We already seen it play out in a different situation for Peach. Holly Quinn is the Joker's girlfriend. Is her name Holly Quinn? That's what Lisa said. Sugar, sugar. Sugar, sugar. Is it Holly Quinn? He calls her Joker's girlfriend. Babies can tune you out. But at the end of the day's gonna end and Glow really trust. No jokes aside. All jokes aside, but and I need 20,000 by Friday. Y'all gotta go watch that video after this because every time I look at myself, I'm like, girl. But anywho, they did that to Peach McIntyre. They showed up in her eviction thing, and you know what I'm gonna say? I know people rub it. You want me to rub your belly? People might not like what I say, what I'm about to say. How did Peach McIntyre come on the internet? You know, brace yourself because some people might not like what I'm about to say. How did she come on the internet, have all the kids she had an ain't shit baby daddy, same kind of storyline as the mommy sector, right? Same kind of drama. And how is this woman flowing in the dough? I mean, some of these women have, let's take Karen, for instance, has got all the 100,000, all the storylines, all the drama. You haven't touched 10% of the money as Peach. And how long have you been on the internet? Ain't no way. It's time to get a 9 to 5. It's time to get a 9 to 5. Hang your coat up. Hang it up. Hang it up. Hang it up. God bless you. You okay? How Peach is out here rolling in the dough, and every time they call CPS on her, every time they try to, you know what I mean? Every time they try to turn her situation to a bad situation, it always wins in her favor. She got CPS to give her car seats, and I don't know if it's car seats, a bassinet, got her kids in childcare for free. How? How? That woman got on the internet, and I promise you, I think she's even, and I don't, this is allegedly, but I believe she's already touched $1 million. I believe she's already touched $1 million on the internet. And some of these women on the internet have been on the internet double the amount she's been online. Yeah, I would have had to retire. I got a little baby channel over here. Not too much. I go to work. I got a career. I just like doing this. It's a little hobby, a little fun. You know what I'm saying? But to be on there that long and to have another woman come up behind you and bawling. No CPNs. She don't be doing CPNs. She be really getting places in her name. Ain't no CPNs over there with her. And she don't be getting fraud houses or none of that. Her husband still got that truck, though. I will say this, and compared to the other mommy sector here, or the mommy sector and the black community over here, Peach is at the top of the game. We don't gotta like it. We don't gotta like her. We don't gotta like how she moves. We don't gotta like nothing about her if you don't like her. That's your prerogative. But she's at the top of the game. She got the money. She got the money. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. And the fact that she's only been on the internet for this long, and she's teaching classes, she's making money. When I think she posted the other day, just from classes alone, she made 10 bands in February off of classes. She don't got to leave her home. She don't got to clock in. She gets in front of a computer, logs in, and teaches some stuff about the internet or credit. And she's made 10 bands in a month. And some of these women have been on this internet over a decade. Over a decade. I don't know. Love you too. I don't know. I'm talking about a lot right now. I'm talking about a lot. Like what? I'm not subscribed to her. I don't agree, with everything she does, but I will say her hustle's unmatched. And she didn't come on the internet to play. She's been to the bag. I'll be real proud of her when she buys her a home for her and her kids. And when she buys her a car. She can stack her money enough and buy her a home and buy her a car. Period, point blank. And I believe that's what she's trying to do now. So, kudos to her. Get it how you live. It's hard out here, okay? Trying to pay the rent. Not too much, because I would leave the courtroom and go. Hey, Key in chat. Hey, Boo. Because I would leave the courtroom and go straight to vlog, a vacation vlog. Right. I'm telling you right now. And my thing is like, I don't know why Jazz didn't start a GoFundMe. Girl, start a GoFundMe for some representation. I believe there is people out here that will help you. Wholeheartedly. Let me get my thumbnail in case somebody wants to get a thumbnail. I'm gonna have my baby in Dubai. Yeah, so I don't know, y'all. I just be sitting back. I don't be on here like that. October and November, I was on here. I wasn't on here in November, was I? No. I haven't really been on here since December. And that's just that. I've been on here a little bit, when my ex, we ain't gonna talk about it. It's 2025. I'm gonna leave it where it's at. But you know what I mean? I've been doing my thing in real life because the internet's cool, and I think what woke my game up a lot is where I made the most money at. I've made more money on TikTok than I've ever made on this app. Do you hear me? Way more money. And not too long ago, my TikTok was bananaed. Okay? And that made me realize that I have almost 200,000 followers on TikTok. I was making a consistent income from TikTok Shop, from sponsored deals, from repost, from everything. I was making, once everything happened with my brother, I started going hard on TikTok. Started going live. I just was really focused on TikTok. And when my account got bananaed, and for the whole month of January, I thought I wasn't going to get my check. I thought I wasn't going to get my account back after all those years of building that account with my brother, sharing our life, building our community, almost 200,000 followers. And just in a split second, my account was gone. Not only my main account, my backup account, both accounts were gone. I logged into my account on January 1st on TikTok. It was gone. It was bananaed. For an entire 30-something days, I had to fight and beg TikTok to give me my account back. And when it was all said and done, it was an error, supposedly. Supposedly. So that made me really, even though I've never said, TikTok has never been my main source of, oh my gosh, she's a cute kid. Social media has never been my main source of income. Never, ever, ever. I don't care how much money I made off of TikTok. I don't care what money came my way. I never, ever, 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 ever quit a job. I never was like, ooh, if I make this money 3 months in a row, I'm going to quit my job and just become a full-time TikToker. Never did that. Never did that. Never would do that. I don't care how much money I make. I'm going to clock in. Okay? I need all streams of income. But one should always have several streams of income. But made me realize, when this person started saying, I'm gonna do everything in my power to take your channel down. Your channel's been used to bully me. And I am going to get your channel down. I was like, I wouldn't take that lightly because she stood on business about the other situation. Okay? I will say that. I will say that wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly. She's I would. I would get me a B plan in effect in case you had to fight for your channel back. I'm just being honest. Somebody that already shows you they ain't playing with you, don't take them lightly. Yes, my sugar. What would you like help with? Yeah, she is crazy. Especially because she knows that's her main source of income. What is your sign? I'm a Scorpio all day, every day. But my sign is Jesus Christ. He died on the cross for me and you. But, he rose again on the third day. But I'm a Scorpio. Lay back, baby. Let me rub your stomach. I don't know. I don't think we'll ever know. I don't think it really matters. I will never understand how a lot of people could dislike somebody wholeheartedly to the point, especially when you never met them. Now, I might dislike you for what you've put on the internet, but I would say I just disagree with it. It's trifling. It's weird. It's too much. Hold on. What did it say? Oh Lord. Oh, my daughter's a Scorpio. They're sweet to you. Right. Period. Let me show that because that's a fact. Maria always get Scorpios. Right. So I don't know what I just said, but I forgot what I was saying. But yeah. Oh yeah, I'm just saying I might not agree. I might dislike it. It might be off my moral code. You know what I mean? Who I am and what I stand for, and I might be taken back from it. Like, or you might maybe you've done right. I don't. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird behavior. It's weird. It's weird. But you know what? People put their life on the internet because there's women out here that resonate with it. And how we know that women resonate with her at the end of the day is because she still has viewing. She still has a big following. Even the women that you might not like on this internet, they still have people that like them because there's other women, other men, other human beings out here that resonate with their storyline, with their personality, with what they went through. They might be a narcissist themselves. So when they see you, they resonate with you. So just because we might not like that person or agree with them or, whatever it may be, we have to understand that there's other weird people that like that. We might not everybody's going to be your cup of tea, your shot of Hennessy, vodka, whatever you are, espresso, whatever you are, right? People might not enjoy your personality, your characteristics, the way you look, the way you talk. Like, it's just what it is. Everybody finds their tribe. Everybody finds who they connect with. So to say that people don't like certain people, there's people that still like them. There's still people that root for them and believe in them, or when they hit that like button or they post a video, there would be no views. I don't believe the entire following is haters. I don't believe that. I believe there's other women as weird as you that resonate with you. It's just what it is. Pure point plain. And that's just a fact. So weird facts, right? I dislike anyone in general who's weird, right? Okay, because my bestie, that's a Scorpio, go ham, fix her, make it, then I'll be like, period. So, I mean, at the end of the day, that's just how the cookie crumbles, right? Yes, and this is worldwide, and this is the World Wide Web, exactly. Anybody and everywhere can watch YouTube. So for us to think that, You like what you subscribe to what you like, and if you don't like it, don't subscribe to it. Don't watch it. That's why I personally, hey, Lauren. That's why I personally choose now when I watch certain videos when I have time. I've been down, with the flu, so I've been catching up. I've been in the streets. I've been, walking down and looking at some reactors videos, and because I'm not giving my view. Okay, I'd rather give a view to reactor. I got my certain ones I watch, but people are miserable, and when I say I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get off because I gotta put my baby in the tub. My other kids, as you can hear, you see how quiet it is? My kids are very demure, very mindful. You see how it's 10 o'clock and they're in bed? You see how my son came down here at 9:30 and was like, Mom, I'm gonna take a shower? And he went up there and took a shower and put himself to bed. Not too much. I just want to see, you know what I'm saying? Being a mother, and when you give your kids a consistent routine, you don't have to enforce it. They are so accustomed to what that routine looks like, they get to it, especially at my kids' age. You see how quiet it is? The only one that's up is the baby. Oh, okay, not right now. He's so tired, y'all. He's fighting to sleep. You want me to hold you? Okay, in a second, you can get on the TV, okay? Oh, you want to drink of that? A routine, a schedule that's consistent and persistent every single day in their life. As you can see, you don't hear a 13-year-old, a 12-year-old, or a 10-year-old. Here. Okay, that's zero code, just so y'all know. I haven't fell off. Clock the T. So anyways, I was about to say something really, really, really important, and it completely slipped my mind. What was I finna say, y'all? It's a World Wide Web. Ooh, come back to me, Key. What was I gonna say? Oh, okay. Valentine's Day. People are out here miserable, y'all. One thing about me is I've always been high maintenance. My ex-wife might have been what she been, right? I know. Okay, so I learned in my weight loss journey that sometimes I have these really bad soda cravings, right? And I drink my poppies. I got a whole case of them over here. Let me show you. I got all the snacks y'all could think of. I don't know if y'all could see it. Not too much. Okay, so I have a whole case of poppies right there. And I have sugar-free, 0 calorie, 10 calories of these other drinks. But sometimes I get this craving and I just do 0 sugar, 0 calorie, Coke, soda. Not too much. You get what I'm saying? Let me stop. Coca-Cola. Okay. So yes, so I don't deprive myself, because if I deprive myself, I'll overindulge. I'm self-aware on my journey, so I'll cave a little bit and give me a little something. But on Valentine's Day, no, but I was gonna say, so my ex-wife, she might have been trifling, but I always got the moolah. She was never broke. She always had money. She always had a full-time job, paid bills, gave me her whole check. I never been with somebody that was on the struggle bus and couldn't provide. Never, ever. I have a high standard when it comes to that. I'm not going to be in any relationship with somebody who doesn't have any dollars. You have to have a car. You have to have an apartment. You got to be on your way to an apartment. At this age, you got to have your own place. We too old. I'm saying back in the day, right? The shaw's not working. Well, you bid it. I hate to break it to you. It's not working because you bid it. So you're going to have to use the cup, my lovey. Okay? Oh, he said I'm going to spill it in your bed. He's so smart. So I have these standards, right? I don't play about that. I'm not going to do it. I don't care if I was 350 pounds. I'm not lowering my standards to be with anybody that's broke and struggling. Baby, I'm over here winning. Why I'm going to add you to my situation and you're on the struggle bus? We're too old for that. But I see a lot of times, and I'm not saying my relationships have been perfect, but one thing I can say, baby, I had a standard, and I don't date anybody broke on the struggle bus. Anybody that I've dealt with has a car, has a full-time job, and is going somewhere, has dreams and aspirations. I ain't never got nobody from the halfway house. That was my granny voice. And doorknob keys. And you must have a checkings and savings. a routing, okay? Not a cash app. And so for me, I seen the little videos. I can't take too much of it, But I seen the little videos, you feel me, where the allegations of a man was at her house and she was talking about she's gonna get her back broken and she's an adult and I'm gonna get my, yes, my lovey. You you want a blankie? He's so out of it, y'all. He's fighting it. Let me pet his back. I seen those little clips, you know. I'm gonna get my back broken and I'm an adult and I don't care what anybody has to say. I'm gonna do what I wanna do. I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna grown adult. My bills are paid. So if I wanna have a man at my house and I wanna, when my kids are asleep and I wanna do what I wanna do, I don't care. I'm a grown woman. Why you gotta explain yourself? Why you telling us all your business? Not too much. But does anybody know were gifts involved? I think one of the reactors said he came with no cigarettes. Or he asked for some cigarettes. I wasn't sure. I couldn't stomach all of it. I'm gonna be very clear with you. Oh, the shawl did. Was there any, did he come with gifts? Any gifts? Anybody in the chat? No. I don't wanna assume. I don't want to say anything that's inaccurate. You get what I'm saying? Where did the man come with any gifts? Did she come on here and show us the gifts that he got her? Because Valentine's Day, you should get some gifts before you get your back broken. I mean, that's just me. We're all adults here. But you should get some gifts first. You know, some chocolates, a little teppanyaki, you know, a little dinner date, a little movie date, some gifts. Even if it wasn't gifts and it was some money. He sounded broke and carless. Okay, yes. Can I put what? You want to put a show so you can fall asleep? So let me know. I could hold the chat. Somebody let me know because I don't know. There you go. Little spongy bob. Okay, you don't have to hold it, my love. Y'all prop it up. Let me know because I got to say what I got to say and then I got to show something. So let me know. Anybody? Okay. Well, from what I could tell, from what my understanding is, I didn't see any thumbnails of reactors saying he brought gifts. Now, I'm not sure. Okay, hold on. When mommy gets off of here, you have a whole phone right here. And your tablet's upstairs. So you can get that too. You have multiple devices. Okay? So, for me, again, I don't do the, like, very, like, settle. You know what I'm saying? I don't do the, you know, you're not going to give me nothing. Like, what? Well, what? I mean, I went to teppanyaki. Bill was like $200 some. Not too much. I got these forever flowers. And forever flowers are flowers that never die. You can keep forever. Forever and ever and ever. They say my name on them. They say my name. They're so pretty, you guys. I've never gotten nothing like... I was married, and I never got forever flowers. I got thousands of dollars, you know. $1,000, $1,500 on Valentine's Day, and dinner in a room. But thoughtful things like this, I'm not going to hold you. I didn't. You know, but I got the other stuff. But you know when somebody puts, you know, thoughtful gifts. I got this really cute bear with pictures at the bottom of them. I'm not going to show you. Here's me on the picture. I don't know if you can see. So pictures on the bear. Super cute. It's a pink bear. Yes, I'm going to show you everything because when a woman... Yes, when a woman values herself and knows her self-worth, you're not going to get your back broken while your children are present in the home and you bring a strange man over and he sleeps at your house while your kids are there and you don't get any gifts. Not too much. So also, I got this custom blanket. Super soft. I'm not ever going to use it. So this is a picture of me and my brother Aaron on there. I don't know if you guys could see it clear. And there's pictures of my kids, my babies, my grandma, my brother. It's just a custom blanket with all of the people that I love very dearly, which was, this one literally brought me to tears.
That's my brother.
I don't know where that's at, baby. You would have to hunt that down.
It's a kitchen.
Okay, hold on. Let me finish this. And then I got this cute little makeup. I thought it was just like the holder, but it's the whole kit, y'all. And it's the good ones. It's really cute. And it literally has every brush you need in there. And then it even has the sponges. So it comes with all of these. And they're my favorite color. Attention to detail. My favorite color is pink. And as everything I pull out is going to be pink. Because when somebody listens to your favorite things, their attention to little details. So here's the little sponges. I thought that was cute. It's a black and white one. Super cute. I'm just saying, if you're going to have a great night with somebody, make sure they know your favorite color. Make sure they come with gifts in hand. I got the flowers. My flowers are still on the table from Valentine's Day. Hold on, y'all. I'm like packing this back up. Because I thought this was so cool when we go. We're going on a cruise and vacations this summer. And I thought this would be so cool to take. Because it's all the, I don't want to use it now. It's all the brushes already in there. And it's like locked up. I can just put it in my travel bag. So I was like, ooh, this is perfect for traveling this summer, right? And again, this person knows I'm going on a cruise this summer. We're going to Mexico. We have things planned out with the kids. And this person knows that. So they were very intentional with the gifts. Hold on. Make sure they know your last name, your favorite color, what you like, what you don't like. Pure point blank, your favorite flower. Make sure, you know what I mean? It's not somebody off the internet. Not too much. My pink cup. And I thought this was perfect because I love to make my iced coffee, my protein coffees in the morning. Excuse me. And this is the perfect size for me to do my protein coffees. And it'll keep it really cold. I freaking love this cute little cup. I love it. And I can toss it around in the car. It's not going to spill. Very thoughtful. Love it. These really cute packing pink cubes. Traveling again this summer, right? So all the cubes are in here to kind of go in your suitcase to pack everything up. And I love this. Again, favorite color pink. As you can see, the theme, the color, the bear is pink. All these 3 gifts I showed you, pink. Okay, next, this is pink and purple. This is a savings thing. So I'm always talking about saving, budgeting, planning. This was really cute. This was really cute. I was like, ooh, I have one. I needed another one. I love that for me, right? Super, super cute. Then a pink shirt that says Barbie. Okay, perfect. It's with the theme. It's with the theme. It's with the theme. Okay, so as you guys know, I'm on my weight loss journey, right? So this is a whole pink workout suit. So here's the jacket, pink. I think this is more like a fuchsia purple, but whatever. This is the matching bra to go with it. The matching pants to go with it. Okay, so like the whole little pink. I think this is like pink purple, but I love it. You know what I'm saying? Super cute. Obviously, I'm on my weight loss journey, so I love to have like the cute little Nike socks. I have a whole bunch of Nike socks. I don't know what the baby spilled on this one, but we ain't gonna worry about it. We'll wash it when we get to it. Whole bunch of cute pink Nike socks. Yeah, I'm finna show y'all. So I've been saying, oh, I want a sweat set to wear to the gym because when I'm on my menstrual, I don't want to wear nothing tight, right? I want to wear my little boxer briefs over, my stuff. And I want to have something loose on I can work out and to feel comfortable. So when somebody listens, when they actually listen to what you're saying you want or you need, or when you get a chance, you're going to go buy it, that is somebody who cares. Hear me out. So the whole sweat set. Here's the pants. And it's like the wide legging. It's the one that I showed on TikTok. Chef's kiss. With the matching sweater. The big chunky gray sweater. Okay. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? Okay, period. Not too much. And I still have my cake because I felt like the cake was very sentimental. So I'm going to get up and show it to you guys. I haven't, oh, I don't know if I let the kids eat it, but it was literally a cake and cupcakes with my face on it. I did post it in my community tab. So all of that, which was a lot. Okay. Okay, I'll get it right now. So my forever flowers would have to be at the top of the list. I can't wait I can't wait to decorate these in my new house. So that's why everything's in the bag. Because I want to set that up in my room or office because they're my forever flowers. So KW, see, right, when I was single, I went to the, or hotel, right. I feel like, rightfully so, we live in a day and age, right? No woman should be giving anything up for free. But, again, that's my own personal opinion. That's all I'm going to say on that because I know people aren't going to agree with that necessarily, you know. But, and I'm not saying for a fee, but I'm just saying if you're making plans to link up on a holiday, right? And it's Valentine's Day, and you come to my house, which that would never happen. You better have some money to get a room. I'm not bringing you around my kids. Weird, unless we're in a committed, serious relationship, and we've already been dating, right? Oh, y'all, my whole body is aching, like, ooh, bones cracking, everything. Okay, so my dead flowers, I did kind of take them out. Excuse my table, y'all. I have it like set it for Easter, but we were like doing clothes and stuff, so I need to reset it up. This is all my baby's toys in his little bin, okay? Not too much. So, still got my flowers. They're thriving, okay? And then here's the other gift. Whew, y'all. I'm telling you right now, this flu is whipping me. Here's my other gift. Turn the camera around. Turn the light on. Okay. Yeah. 160 out the gate. Yeah. So, with that being said, I will never understand how you can just accept some D on Valentine's Day with nothing. What? 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 Like, for you to be a bad bitch, you know what I'm saying? For you to be her, capital H, and you got your back broken with no gifts, no nothing, no chocolates. Oh, baby, do I still have my balloons? I think the baby got a hold of my balloons. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Oh, no. We got one surviving balloon in the building. We got one surviving balloon in the building. You know, when you got kids, they want the balloons, okay? So, but I felt like this was the most, everything was thoughtful, attention to detail, amazing, not gonna hold you. But this right here, I ain't never had this. So, forgot that light. It's not gonna function right. Look, never. What? I'm trying to hold on to it as long as I can. I'm going to keep all my little crowns. Yes, baby. I just thought this right here, this took me, okay? The pink, and then all the little cupcakes have the sparkle on it. Of course, I let the kids dive in because I couldn't eat it, y'all, because obviously my diet. But, and a whole cake and cupcakes. A whole cake with my face on it. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. It will never, ever. I guess that wouldn't make you a high valued woman at all. That would make you a, you know, So I'm just saying though, no gifts. I got the chocolates. I let the kids eat the chocolates because, you know, my diet. We went to teppanyaki, ate good, and it was just a great time. And I just feel like how big you are should never matter because my size and my weight ain't never made me have a sad Valentine's Day. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? And I got the videos and receipts to prove it. Okay. Maybe some apple juice. So, yes, I love pink. Pink is my favorite color. And I always I love pink. So, when somebody can hear you on that and deliver, yeah, I gotta get my baby some apple juice. So, if you gonna hoe it, do it for a fee, baby. Never for free. But, yeah. Because that's what it was. That's what it was. And your kids are present. Ooh, the devil is a lie. What do you say when mommy says that?
Yeah.
Again, the devil is a lie.
Yeah.
Okay. Here. You welcome, sugar, sugar. I had to teach my baby the devil is a lie. Yeah. You know, we TikToking it over here. But yeah, y'all. I mean, at the end of the day, I said what I said, and there's no take backs. It is what it is. I mean, people, people be saying the most crazy things. But yeah, I will never understand it. It will never resonate with me. Now, if you're in a relationship and you and your partner are both struggling at the time and y'all can't, y'all bills is paid and y'all do something inside, that's different. But a stranger? A stranger? Somebody you don't know? No. Oh, I know. How is your baby? The last time I was popping on live, I remember. How is the baby? Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah, my baby don't play. My kids know the devil is a lie. Is the devil a lie? Yeah. Period. Yeah, I'm just like, yeah. Did y'all already decorate for Easter? Because I did. Don't judge me. I already did. I got my bunnies out and everything. My kids are like, Mom, it's early for Easter decorations. I said, is it? I'm trying to get in the spirit. Okay. A woman has to value herself. And I'm sorry, I might have not have made the best choices, in relationships. They started out good, but they ain't never been broke. Do you hear me? I'm sorry. They always had a J-O-B and some money. Thank you. And I helped deliver him, y'all. It was the most. I have so many videos. I vlogged that too, y'all. I've been living my life. I haven't been on the internet, but he is so handsome and I just adore him wholeheartedly. So, yes, they grow so fast. Yeah, my God, it's my goddaughter's baby, so my godson, which she's also my family, so he my family at the end of the day. Whew, I feel bad for everything. The whole situation is really messed up if you ask me at the end of the day. It's very sad. And I feel bad. I feel bad that it got taken this far, It's crazy that it was taken this far. I still can't believe that it escalated to this. Like, I'm shooketh, honestly, that, and all that hair. Yeah, oh my gosh, he was born with a full head of hair. And, you know, he has a little bit of cradle cap. So I oiled it down and I cleaned it up. Because I really don't want him to lose his hair, you guys. Because he has so much. So I oiled him up. So, yeah, a random man. But if we're being honest, isn't that how she always will? Hold on, y'all. I gotta go tinkle. Hold on. Okay, my bad. It's so quiet. People normally date within their class. Whoop, not too much. That's true. That's true. You know what? That's a true statement right there. Question, Key, how did you get into being, would you do any videos on that? First, I became a birth justice advocate. And I went through that process and became certified in that. And then I went to Washington, D.C. And I went to a seminar for Moms of Congress. You can Google it. And that's where my passion really, you know, came about. Where I was like, either I'm going to be effective and become a politician, which I'm not going to do that. So I was like, I can become effective and be an advocate during, you know, African American women's birthing experiences. So, which has became really dope because I've been able to help deliver my family member and my goddaughter's babies. So, which they call upon me and they're like, hey, can you be here? Can you support me? Can you be my doula? And totally for free. It's an honor. And that has been a phenomenal experience. So, yeah, especially during, so basically, I just Googled it. They have different programs where you can get certified in your city. Sometimes you can even get like a sponsorship to go through the program to get it paid for. I didn't have to pay for mine whatsoever. I was sponsored. And I'm also hired through Medi-Cal. So Medi-Cal has now said that if you have, I don't know, I know this in California where Californian, I cannot talk. Women in California who receive Calviva Medi-Cal government insurance soon. I'm not sure if they already started it, but they will be able to have a doula, an option of a doula with their insurance, which is really, really cool, especially during postpartum recovery. Having that doula there is going to be awesome. So, yeah, I would just look it up wherever you're from. I'm not sure what city you live in, what state you live in, but a quick Google search will let you know how much it's going to cost because I don't know where, what city, where you live at, how much it would cost. Yes, a postpartum doula is way cheaper than a night nurse. A night nurse is really, really expensive, but a doula is way more affordable for sure. And they almost, you guys, do the same thing. The only thing that's really different, to be perfectly honest, is one has like a medical profession, degree, and the other one has the certification. That's really it. But depending on the type of doula you are and the training that you've, had can classify you differently. So I'm weak. People really date in their class. That comment ate up. That was, you left no crumbs with that. So true. Y'all, I am burning up and I know I have a fever because the heater's not on. My brother just turned the dryer on, but I am hot. Yes. You have to, where's the remote? He is fighting his sleep, y'all, like nobody's business. He is fighting his sleep. He said, ma'am, I am not going to sleep. It's mainly to y'all because he don't feel good. View message. So beautiful that you were able to be there for your family as well. Thanks for answering my question. Of course. But yeah, it shouldn't be a lot. I know in like Oakland and LA, it also just depends where and who and how big the class is. But it can range from anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000 to $12,000. It just depends where you're located and who is certifying you, right? What's their level of experience and all of that. So, yes, definitely. Yeah, I would be lost with the UK, but definitely look into them. And thank you so much, Bianca. Yeah, I've been on this live for a minute, but I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm at the house. I wasn't doing nothing. And I came across that video. Oh, look what I bought at Walmart today. I have a cup addiction. I'm always buying cups. This was $5, y'all, at the Target dollar spot. And it is glass. And I love it. Because I've been on this whole new kick about toxins in the water bottles and toxins in cups. And I've been down this rabbit hole on how it's so unhealthy and you should only be drinking water out of glass. And it's been kind of scaring me. So slowly but surely, I've been buying me glass stuff. Okay, slowly but surely, I'm going to get there. I was looking at how much glass water bottles cost. I was like, the devil is a lie. Why is glass water so expensive? Obviously, we know why. I have a question. Yes, we do push more for natural births. It's what our client wants. So depending on, the situation with your pregnancy, we're never gonna. I personally am not going to go against medical advice, especially if you're having a complicated pregnancy, if you have gestational diabetes, if you already had diabetes, post being pregnant, just depending like what type of diseases or conditions, if you already had high blood pressure prior to getting pregnant, if you became pregnant and developed high blood pressure, there's so many factors that play into that, and you have to be very careful in telling a woman to go a certain route. You have to allow them to listen to their body and advocate for what they want, but also listen to medical advice, right? You have to, because as much as we want every woman to have a natural birth and not a C-section, in some scenarios, C-sections are very much needed. When babies' heart rates drop, when babies are in distress, when the mother's in distress, certain things that happen that are just you can't plan for sometimes. And depending on how bad that situation is, then a C-section can be very much necessary. If a mother comes in, before she was pregnant, if she had an STD that she cannot get rid of, like herpes or genital warts, then they will advise you to not give a natural birth, because there is a percentage, right? There is a chance that you can pass these things on to your child, during birth, and they will advise you to have a C-section. So it's all depends on, it's all situation based, right? And at any moment and at any time, it can change. You can have a very healthy, perfect, pregnancy, and then you're at home, you're giving a home birth, no epidural, you have a doula, you have a midwife, you have a nurse there. There's 3 of us there. Everything's going beautiful. We're monitoring you. Your water's broke. You're comfortable. You're in the pool, the pool inside your living room, your room, wherever you choose to, have everything set up, and you're going to do a water birth, and everything is going amazing. And then all of a sudden we check that baby's heart rate, and it is not where it needs to be. Immediately the ambulance will be there. Immediately you'll be having an emergency C-section. You will be transported to the hospital, because your safety and that baby's safety is, we want a healthy baby delivered, and we want a healthy mother, especially because African American women have the highest rate of immortality, and so do their babies. So it's all situation based. Things can flip so easily during childbirth, and it's a very dangerous but beautiful situation, right? So yeah, it's life changing every time I witness it, and at the same time, it is the most scariest thing to watch another woman go through, especially when it was my goddaughter. I'll share this little story with you because I recorded a lot of it. She's given me permission to post it whenever I get around to it, but she really wanted to go natural. So I was rubbing her. We were doing all the techniques to get her through those contractions. She did have Pitocin, and Pitocin makes the contractions, I would say 20 times. I had Pitocin with my oldest son, my 13-year-old. It makes those contractions intensified. I feel like they're way worse than a regular contraction, because they're man-made contractions, right? The Pitocin, they're making you have contractions. It's pushing you here into labor, right? It's like, when you're in a like at a water park, and they make the man-made waves, and they're not the real waves from the ocean, because it's like a wave pool. I mean, that's my best description of what Pitocin is. It's forcing it, right? It's putting your body, it's setting it up for that. So anyways, she was going through it. Okay. She's really young. She's in her early 20s. She's very young. She just had a baby a year ago. So this was her second baby back to back. Her baby had literally just turned 1 year old a couple months ago. So this was another baby back to back. Her other son was only 1. So that already kind of makes things a little tricky, right? Even though you're young, things can go wrong very quickly. So she's laboring. She's at like I want to say 5.5, 6. Her cervix, I cannot talk. It's soft. Everything's looking great. Okay. She looks over at me, and she was like, "Oh, Mom, I can't do it." She was like, "I have to get the epidural." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, this doesn't mean that you're not going to have a perfect labor. This doesn't mean that you've given up. This doesn't mean that you lost. This doesn't mean that this isn't a good experience. Like, if you need it and you know that you cannot take this pain, we can get the epidural. So she gets the epidural. She goes to sleep. And a lot of times this happens for me in my own personal experience. I see it happen with a lot of younger girls. They get the epidural and they go to sleep. I haven't seen like women 30 and up have those effects, but from the women that are, let's say, in their early 20s, for some reason the epidural makes them go to sleep. So she instantly knocks out. So she progressed. She went from a 5.5, 6 to a 10 within an hour and 15 minutes after the epidural. It relaxed her so well that the baby was able to come down so easily, so beautifully. She was completely effaced. She was out of 10. Everything was great. We could kind of see the baby's hair. We were like, it's time. You got to push. When I tell y'all my goddaughter was knocked out, she was knocked out. I was battling with her to wake up to push her baby out. So then what happened is the baby's heart rate begins to drop. So, but he's so far down now, he just has to come out. So there was this moment where you could tell when they called the NICU in, when they call the big honchos in, either the baby's no heartbeat, it's over. Or if they don't get the baby out in a certain amount of time, then the baby, will be born not alive. And it was, when it's your client, it's so different because your heartstrings are not tugged to that place because they're your client. You're there to advocate. They're there to support them, to be in their corner. You're there to be there, like, when the boxer's in the ring, you can keep going. Come on, like, you're there to be their sound voice. But when it's somebody like your family member that you love and adore and you have this relationship with, and they're halfway asleep, they can barely hold their legs up, they can barely push, the epidurals knock them out, and now they cannot find the baby's heart rate. Oh my gosh, you guys, it was the most scariest thing that I ever experienced. It was like the whole room froze, you guys, the whole entire room. The doctors were pale, everybody was quiet, and the OBGYN said, you guys calm down. She's gonna get her baby out. There's nothing we can do. The baby's going to come out either way. And it was like, she basically was like, we just have to get the baby out. Whatever the outcome is, the baby's going to come out. And it was like one of those moments. And I was like, my goddaughter's eyes were closed. They were completely closed. She was like, I had one side of her leg. Her husband had the other side of her other leg. And we were holding her leg. She could barely lift her arms. Her eyes were closed. And I bent down in her ear and I was like, Tatiana, your baby needs to come out right now. If you don't hear nobody else in the room, you need to push him out right now. His life depends on it. And she opened her eyes and she kind of like side-eyed me and looked at me and she pushed him out, y'all. Like, she grunted. We were all like, push, push. Like, the baby needed to come out, like right then and there. His head came out. He wasn't crying. He was blue. Once they got one of his shoulders out, she couldn't push no more. They went ahead and took him out. When they took him out, he wasn't crying. He wasn't moving. They had him flip this way. There was no movement. It was so silent in that. Oh my gosh, y'all. It was so silent. It was like my goddaughter, as soon as he came out, she didn't look. She just was snoring, knocked out. She was asleep. So it was like, I really had to be there and be the advocate and be there for the baby. And it took a minute, y'all. It felt like an eternity before that baby started crying. And when he started crying, y'all, it was like, I was like, like I was crying like a baby. And like, as I'm, when it's your client, this is my family member, even though I'm still acting as her doula in this position, but she's my family first. I couldn't hold my emotions back. Now, if this was my client, I would have had no choice. You know what I mean? You have to, your mental is set up a little different because these things can happen. It's childbirth. It's dangerous. It's so beautiful, but it's the closest time that a woman is to death, right? It's the only time in your life where you are so close to death during the process of giving birth. And when that baby began to scream, y'all, I felt like, honestly, like I was born again. Like who I was prior to that baby not breathing and who I was now, I started praying, y'all. I started praying. I didn't care about the doctors. I said, in the name of Jesus right now. Like, I didn't care, y'all. I was like, oh, we finna pray. Jesus needs to be in this building in this room, because this baby is going to breathe. Like, I didn't know what else to do but to start to pray. And I wasn't going to pray in my mind. I was praying, y'all. And when that baby took that breath and started crying, I'm telling you right now, I was crying like a baby. I was crying like a baby. I was crying like a baby, y'all, because it's so much different when it's your family member. It is so much different. And he's thriving and he's beautiful. And so I got to hold him, and right when he started crying, he opened his eyes. You know how newborns, they take a minute to open their eyes. He looked right at me. I was standing there right, next to the doctor that was holding him, trying to get him to cry and breathe and all that, because he was purple. I was standing right there to, watch, make sure everything was going correctly, because obviously, you know, he's a male and she was passed out asleep. So I have to, watch the baby, period. And so right when the baby started screaming and crying, he opened his eyes and he looked right at me, y'all. And I was like, yep. Like, it was like we instantly just bonded right then and there. We just had this connection because he looked right at me, and the doctors are like, his eyes are open, he's looking at you. And I was just like, welcome. And I started recording because she wanted everything. I was like, welcome to the world. His name is Amir. I was like, welcome to the world, Amir. Welcome to the world. I was crying, y'all. Tears were rolling down my face. But I felt it was such a privilege to be in that moment. It was like a moment, I don't know, like, it just was so beautiful and scary at the same time. But it's like, I had to trust in God, that knowing that she was going to be fine, and so was that baby. And he is. And right when, they put him on her chest, the dad held him for a second, and then they gave him to me. He opened his eyes right up and he just looked at me. And I was like, yep, I'm your praying God, mom. And we just fell in love. So that's why when I was over there, the bonnet fell off. The hair is still giving, low key. And he loves me. He just lets me hold him. He don't cry. He don't fuss. He sleeps on my chest. Like, we have such a connection. And things like that, that's why when I gave birth alone, due to the stupidities of my baby daddy and my soon-to-be ex-wife and their stupidity, it changed everything. I knew I needed to be there for women. And I don't care what no woman says. When you give birth alone, it is the most painful thing. I can only imagine if she didn't have her husband or me in that room. And she tells me every day, God, mom, if you weren't there and it was just my husband, I don't know if I could have got through that. She always says, thank you, thank you. I don't know what I would have did. I don't know what I would have did if you weren't there. I don't know what I would have did. I don't know if my baby would be alive. Like, she has so much gratitude, and I love her. I wouldn't have missed it for the world. But there's so many women where unseen circumstances occur and they give birth alone, and not having a doula or somebody by your side during that time is traumatizing. I don't care what nobody says. My baby daddy was there for all three of my first babies. He right there cut the umbilical cords. He never missed a doctor's appointment. He was a phenomenal father. I will give him his flowers. He was amazing. Period, point blank. With my last baby, it was the only time I experienced something totally different. And that's when I looked at life totally different. It changed me. Like, I gave birth 4 times alone. So happy someone understands. Yeah, Mary, it is not, oh my gosh, like 4 times. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Number one, I'm sorry that you had to experience that. And traumatic births and having trauma from birthing babies alone, or having like near death experience, whether it's you or your baby or both, are very traumatic things. And I always say women need to go to therapy after that, because it kind of haunts you. You always have this thing in the back of your mind of what a could have, like it could have went negative, could have went bad, and it kind of eats at you. So I always say, if you had a very traumatic birthing experience, I look a hot mess, therapy is so important. Miscarriages, I just suffered a miscarriage, and even look at my baby, y'all. Look at my baby. I told y'all, look at this little Stanley. He got 2 of these, y'all. I bought him from Walmart. He got the green one and the blue one. You do not play. It's not the Stanley, but it's from Walmart. I call it a Stanley. Look at him, sleeping like an angel. So I knew he was tired. You just know your kids. Like, he was fighting his sleep. I had already given him his medicine. So let me put my bonnet back on while I'm playing. But yeah, that was such a beautiful experience. But it was, and then at the same time, y'all, So okay, so let me tell you this story real quick. I've never shared this. We could talk about it. It's so much in this live. This is a long life. I'm just talking because I have not talked to y'all. Y'all don't know nothing about in my life. What's been going on? Okay. And I got time because obviously I didn't go to work today. I'm sick. I don't know if I might use a sick day tomorrow. We'll see. I am one of those people where if you're sick, don't go to work. Don't jeopardize other people from catching the flu. Don't send your kids to school sick. Don't put other homes in danger of that. Because for me, I have an elderly grandma who I take care of, you guys. Let me turn up the brightness. Oh, sorry, yet. I have an elderly grandma that I take care of. And I always tell my kids, be cautious. If your friends are coughing, they got runny noses, keep a distance. Don't be hugging them because you have an elderly grandma that's almost 75 and she can't catch a cold. It's going to be harder for her to fight it. So I like to practice what I preach. And if my kids are really sick and they're still in that contagious window, not to send them to school or for me not to go to work because I would hate to, infect somebody else and they have an elderly grandparent or parent or somebody they take care of and now they're sick. And I would hope people have the same courtesy for me. Okay. So anywho, it's so much I want to talk about. And since y'all are here, we can talk about it. I don't know if I should restart the live to change the title, but anywho, so was it May? Back in June, you're so normal and thoughtful. Thank you, KW. Back in June, it was my goddaughter's, not to mention if you're sick, take the time off. These jobs don't give a fuck about people enough to show up sick and struggling. Yeah, they don't. And you know what? I got sick time. You know what I'm saying? I got sick days up the yin yang. So I will use those sick days because I get paid for the whole 8 to 10 hours. Thank you. Give me my money. I'll be stacking up my sick days because I have kids. So I'll be stacking them up before they, you either have to cash them out before you go to the next quarter or however your job works. You either got to cash them out or use them. So I'll be using mine. Okay. Especially because I have a 3-year-old and I don't know why they just be getting sick. Their immune system. So I believe her son's birthday was June. Yeah, it was June. It was the beginning of June. My goddaughter's second son, the one that's 1. So we went over there for his birthday party and all the babies were like flocking to me. They wanted me to hold them. I was like, I had like a baby on this leg, a baby on this leg. I had one right here. And they just want, and I love babies. I love like toddlers, kids. Like I don't know. I'm their safe space and I'm going to care for them. I'm going to clean their nose, change their diaper. I don't care. That's just kind of who I am. I've always been that way. My grandma will tell you since I was a little girl. I always was taking care of somebody else's kids. So my goddaughter looks at me and she was like, oh, you pregnant? And I was like, girl, bye. Because mind you, I wasn't doing the do. I wasn't sleeping with nobody. I was on my weight loss journey. I had, March, April, May. I had already lost like a good amount of weight. I want to say like 30 or 40 pounds. I lost a lot of weight very quickly because if you're a heavier woman, a lot of your weight is water weight and you don't know it until you start your weight loss journey and go to the doctor and yeah, they can help you with all that. Kind of do tests and tell you if it's water weight. Anyway, so it was just coming off of me. And I was like, girl, and then I'm going to send mine to you because these newborn trenches are real ghetto. Girl, and you know what? My grandma always said that, and I'm going to always talk about my grandma because I love her with all my heart. She raised me. My mama didn't raise me. My granny did. And so she played a big part in who I am today and taught me a lot. And I thank God that she's still breathing on this earth. Thank you, Jesus. But she would always tell me that I'm a baby whisperer. Or like, those people that like, none of my kids ever had colic, right? And a lot of babies got colic. A lot of babies develop these like heartburn and these different situations. And I'm going to just keep it a band with you. A lot of mothers are lazy, especially young mothers. It's so, if a baby cannot burp theirself, us as humans, we have a hard time passing gas, right? Whether it's this way or the other way. We might have to take a ton. We might have to do certain things to get it out. Drink something carbonated to get that gas out. Whatever we got to do. Pop some vitamins. We got to relieve ourselves. some form or another. I always say if you're very gassy, go for a walk. Now, if you're a baby, you can't go for a walk. You can't take all these supplements. You're dependent on your mother to burp you to relieve the gas, right? Issues. I'm sitting here burping her now. And a lot of, and some babies are just born with, and it's not acid reflux. I don't know what the infant terminology is. I'll have to look at it, but something of that nature where they're kind of born with those issues. You have to be so attentive. And remember back in the day days, they used to warm the bottles up. Great live. Thank you. They used to warm the bottles up. And I feel like that is very essential. For me, I breastfed my babies. So fix your lashes. What's wrong with my lashes? Oh, that's the glare from my 75-inch TV to my glasses. Not too much. Thank you. And it's right here if you want to see it, because I'm not making nothing up. Okay. I'll be watching her little vlogs too. She's cute. I got my opinions on that. Anywho, but yeah. So babies can digest milk warm. You have to think a lot when you breastfeed, right? Now I'm getting into my whole doula thing, but your milk is a little warmed, right? Your milk is warm because it's coming out of your body, from the inside. It's a little warm. So anyways, if you have formula, I always say that you should definitely warm it up. It helps the baby pass it. It helps them burp a lot easier when you warm the formula up, when you warm that bottle up. Now, this day and age, mamas are lazy. They don't, I love her accent. I love her accent too. And I just think it's so like how she has all these babies and she's diabetic. It scares me. And I be watching it and I just hope she really takes care of herself. You know what I mean? Because she's really young and she already has a preposition, diabetes, not gestational. So that makes it her pregnancy very more high risk. Okay. But anyways, that's another topic. But I be watching her videos and she's so cute. So, and she's a very attentive for a young mother. She's very attentive and she be on her stuff. So anyways, to warm your baby's bottle up and to burp your baby. And it can be time consuming. See, for me, I wish I had a little doll right here. Okay, I'll use the teddy bear. You can flip the baby this way. So for me, if this way don't work like this, then I hold the baby's face and I set them completely up either on the bed, a pillow, or the table, and I pat their back this way and I hold their face. If that doesn't work, I lay them on my forearm right here and I pat them this way. I try all the positions. I lay them on my thigh where there's a little pressure on their tummy, always supporting their neck and their face because obviously they can't hold it up. Always support this. I kind of just hold them right here. You don't choke them, but just hold them so they ain't bobbing and weaving. And I just get it going because they're trying to get it out, but they can't. You got to do the work for them, And if you're not consistent with them burps, I see. I've never had, and not to brag, but I just never went through like the babies crying all night and waking up. I didn't go through the newborn trenches. So I've seen it, obviously, as being a doula and having nieces and nephews. I got great nieces and nephews. I've seen it, but it's never been my lived experience. I think because I was so attentive to them with the burping and the changing, and I had them on such a routine as babies, it was like when we came home, I got straight to it because, again, I had 3 babies back to back. I kind of had no choice but to have this very strict routine. And again, I wasn't a single mother. I wasn't a single mother till 3 years ago. So I always had a partner. I always had somebody. And I will say that if you have an active partner, whether it's your baby daddy, even if it's your mom, your grandpa, anybody, somebody that's kind of in the trenches with you, it does make the process easier. How did I put them on a routine? Just like you put a child on a routine. I know it sounds crazy, but it's just like you lay them down to go to bed. I know it's like, what? How do you, you put them on that routine. So if they still have the umbilical cord, you can't give them a full bath yet. All they know is what you do to them, right? And they can't see color yet. Remember, they're only seeing black and white. So at whatever that time is, you want to get them down. A newborn, they're going to get up. Not all of them. You should still get them up and feed them. That's also going to create a routine for them as well without them waking up and screaming. Wipe them down. Any human in the world loves to be wiped down to go to sleep. Get that hot not a hot rag, but a warm rag, clean their little crevices because you can't submerge them in the water yet because they have, their umbilical cord piece still attached. You got to wait for it to fall off, wipe them down, lotion them up, put on some clean clothes. If you have the little sound machine, only turn the sound machine on when it's time to go to sleep, whether it's a nap in the daytime or going to bed at night. Turn that sound machine on. It's training them mentally. When they hear that, it's time to go to sleep. When you wash their body down, oh, we know it's coming. It's time to go to sleep. If you rock them, if you get in your little rocking chair, wipe them down, lotion them up, put the clean little pajamas on them, get their bottle warmed. I'm always going to advocate for a warm bottle. If it's formula or if it's your breast milk or if you're just breastfeeding, it's already going to be warm. But you get what I'm saying? If you got to warm it up in a bottle, warm it up. Get somewhere, you create the same environment wherever you're going to be at. If you're going to get in that rocking chair, get in that rocking chair. Feed the baby, rock to him, sing to him, have the sound machine, whatever your little thing is that you do with your baby. Burp him. Get the burping going. If you want to rock him after, try to get him to soothe on down, and they can't soothe down, lay him down. And I think that is the hardest part for mothers when they're newborns. Lay them down. Once they've been fed, they've been changed, you need proper sleep as a mother that just had a newborn. And even not even a newborn, from 1 to 6 months, you need proper sleep. From newborn to 6 months, you need your proper sleep. And I know it's not going to be the best sleep. Sometimes your babies don't even get on the routine. Stay consistent. They will. It might take time depending on your baby. All newborns are different. If you're a first-time mom, this is your 10th child, you ain't never had that baby before. They just met you. They're trying to get used to you. You get what I'm kind of saying? Like, it's the same way we would do our kids. It's time to go to bed. Obviously, they can't get up and walk. So you're doing the routine to them. And as you do that every single day, just like when you wake up, get them up, give them their bottle, wipe them down. If, they took a boo-boo, get them cleaned up. Like, you have to set the tone because they're newborns. They ain't never been here. This their first rodeo. You get what I'm saying? And I think a lot of moms, we're so tired, especially in the newborns. It's like, oh, we'll let them sleep. Oh, we're not going to change their clothes. We're going to keep them in their pajamas all day. And it's like, they're like, my baby's crying all the time. They're not in a routine. They're not in no schedule. Yes, see, don't turn on that sound machine until it's sleep time. I promise you it works. And create a dark environment. Nobody wants to go to sleep with all them lights. Don't care. No, now, you know how black people do it. What'd you say make it make sense? Why are you saying that? I don't get it. What make it make sense? I got 4 kids, and you could leave a newborn with me right now. You could leave your newborn here for 30 days, and I'll get him on routine. I will. I can. Done it. Been doing it. I ain't never been in that sleep. How women be sleep deprived, I never went through it. We can call my baby daddy right now on my son's phone. He'll tell you right now. We never went through that. Like, we just got to it. Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like the light, nobody wants to go to sleep with no light on. Create that environment. And I know this, like, for education. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is for education, but it's like, oh, it makes sense. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. I was like, wait, it don't make sense. But I'm just saying, and of course, it's a newborn. You know what I mean? It's going to take time. And I think as moms, we kind of get frustrated. Like, when is they going to get the program? It's going to take a little time. But once you're consistent, right? I'm real big on let's be consistent with our kids and our babies. They'll get it. They'll be like, okay, the only time we hear this sound machine is time to lay it down. And it'll soothe them. Or if some parents put on a favorite little song and just put it on repeat, whatever you got to do. I always say with a little sound because I grew up, where my black family, doesn't matter if there's a newborn around, they got the music loud. So I always say with a little bit of sound when they go to sleep. So if you're up cleaning and they're asleep, they're used to the sound and it's not going to disturb them. They've already are comfortable with hearing some type of sound, whether it's music, the TV, people laughing, kids playing. They're familiar with that sound going on. Yeah. And I would also say this. When they're first born, get up. Just get up and get them on that 2 to 3 hours. Give them the bottle. change their diaper, put them back down, and continue to do that. Because what will happen is, like, say if you let them sleep too long, right? And you don't get up and give them, they're going to be screaming. And they ain't going to go back to sleep. And you're going to be sitting here like this. My baby will go back to sleep. You let them sleep too long. You didn't get up and give them a bottle. It's so imperative. It creates good sleeping habits for the bigger they get, right? The older they get, they're already in this like routine of going to bed at a certain time, of getting up at a certain time. I'm always the big advocate of, even if you and that baby ain't going nowhere, get up and change that outfit. Don't leave them in the pajamas all day. Change their outfit. You know, it's just little things, but that is how they're knowing what's going on. I don't know. And it sounds a little crazy, right? But that's how they're aware of, like, it's morning. You know what I'm saying? So pretty. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're welcome. I'm struggling so bad with the routine with my boys, but I will take your advice and turn everything off because I used to leave the bathroom light on with the door cracked. Yep. And you know what? Reading to your kids. So if I wasn't on live, I would have read to the baby. We got all these books. Get them in, I don't know, even if they're like 6 months, even if they're newborns, you should, the first 5 years of your child's life is the most important time. You should be reading to them every single night. You should be reading to them as much as you can. I know we're busy moms, we got jobs and careers and things going on. But if you have toddlers or even 6 months and up, get them on that routine of like the bathing. And I know some parents don't want to bathe their kids every night, but as a human, right, as an adult, how do we feel if we don't take a bath? I have a rule in my house. Don't get in them sheets until you get in that water. Don't get in those sheets until you get in that water. And so when you develop that with them at a young age, like there's this girl on TikTok and I love it. I love it. If I had the big aesthetic house like that, I would be making videos and pushing them out like that because she puts her kids to bed at 7 o'clock and people be hating on her. And I'm like, go off, mommy. Yep. You're setting your kids up for success. It's not even that she puts them to bed that early. She starts getting them ready like at 5:45. Like dinner's on the table. She sticks to her routine and she's so consistent with it. And I try to be like that as best that I can. Of course, when you get sick or your kids get sick, your routine is going to get thrown off. That's normal. That's regular, right? But on a regular day, on a regular week where everybody's functioning, if you can keep that routine where you eat dinner, try as best as you can. It might not be the same time every day, but give yourself a window. So say, I don't know what time you eat dinner, but let's say from 6 to 7:30 or from 5:45 to 7:30, we got to eat in between this window. Between this window of time, they got to be in the bath. Between this window of time, give yourself some grace, but stick to those windows of times because it creates routine where the kids are like, oh yeah, we're about to eat before this time. My kids know, oh, before this time, we got to eat. Before this time, like my son came out here, he was like, I'm gonna get in the shower and go to bed. They're fully aware. Don't nobody have to coach him because they've been in this routine. You get what I'm saying? So give them that dinner. Especially if they're small and they got to go to school. Even if they got to go to school, daycare. Have them a little free time. Let them get all the wiggles out. Get them in the shower. I'm an advocate on lotion them down, grease them down. I don't know what it is, but when my baby gets lotion down and grease down, I know he's finna go to sleep. Get him all put together, put on some clean PJs, read that book to him, and put them in that bed. If you don't feel comfortable with shutting the door, leave it cracked and leave him alone. And I know it's like, that's how you got to do it. Now, if you co-sleep, they gonna have to get used to it. Or if you put them to bed earlier, then put them to bed. Kind of shut the door if you don't feel comfortable shutting it all the way, if you don't have cameras set up and all that, and walk away. And then keep redirecting them. If they come out the room and they're not in cribs and they're like, mommy, don't yell, don't get frustrated. Because I know a lot of moms are like, get in the bed. No, baby, it's bedtime. It's time to go to bed. Do you want another book? Do you need something to drink? Do you want to, I tell my baby, you want me to cut you an apple? You hungry? What's going on? It's time for bed though. And you have to reiterating, it's time for bed. We're going to sleep. Okay? You need good rest. And also tell them sleep is good for them. Toddlers and kids associate sleep. They have such a negative, like, I don't want to go to sleep. I want to watch TV or I want to stay up. Or, you know, toddlers, they hear everybody else up. They want to be nosy what's going on. No, tell them sleep. Teach them sleep is good for them. It's so good when you go to sleep. Mommy's going to go to sleep. Mommy's going to take a shower. I already gave you a shower. I already read you a book. Now mommy's going to take a shower. I'm going to go to sleep too. But mommy's go to sleep after you. I know it sounds crazy, y'all. But when you start saying that to them, they'll start telling people, I go to sleep and then my mommy goes to sleep. Like, it becomes a routine. I'll pay you to take a parenting class for me. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, wait, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so I have a 10-year-old. So yeah, I'm telling you that my kid, okay, look at, don't judge my babies, but they big. I be reading them books. They be sitting here for the little book time too, and they big, you know? And they're never too big to hear a book being read. I don't care. Even if it's a chapter book. You want me to read 2 pages? Come on. Because it's just making them comfortable to go to sleep. It's time to go to sleep. You have school in the morning. I want you to be rested for school. It's important that when you get to school that you're not tired, baby, because then you're going to be irritated and you can't learn. You're going to be frustrated. And mommy wants you to have a good day. And talking them, you don't have to talk to them and like some people say that's your white voice. No, it's a tone that my child can hear and they know it's peaceful, it's calm, it's reassuring, it's not threatening. I don't need to be rah rah. I don't need, there's a woman on here that's constantly yelling at their toddler. There's no schedule, there's no routine, there's no good diet, healthy foods being available to the child, and the child is just constantly on 10, to say the least, and yeah, that would be my advice. I know that's a lot, but I'm always here. And maybe I need to redirect my channel, period. Have you ever dealt with overnight accidents? Awesome parenting. Great, mommy. Thank you. Yeah, so my best advice for that, it could be a multitude of things: bad dreams, scared of the dark, night terrors, or it could be drinking. It could be drinking. It could be that they're drinking too much liquid. Right before bed, I would do a cutoff. Like at a certain time, I would just kind of, y'all, my hair is just a hot mess. Like, girl, put this bonnet on correctly. Um, at a certain time, cut off the drinks, cut off the water. No, baby. I would say, hey, after this time, no more drinks, okay? Because we want to have a good night where you can wake up in the morning all dry, okay? So, and you don't got to talk to them like that, but you know how your child best receives direction and redirection, right? You know how your child, and sometimes we don't know. Sometimes, like my son told me today, he's 13 years old. And I raised my voice at him in the car because there's a situation going on with a boy at school, and I'm just tired of this situation. And my son is kind of like the victim, and I'm just like, you need to stop letting him do this. And I'm just frustrated because I've already met with the school, I've met with the counselors, and it's almost to the point where I'm going to pull my son out, right? I don't like to talk too much about personal things with my kids. I want to give them their privacy. I decide to share my personal life, but I keep it limited. But anyways, my kids are very comfortable, and they know that they have the type of mother that they can turn around and I wasn't screaming at him, but I was just so frustrated that this kid won't stop or let up. And we've already sat down with the counselors and all these things, and I'm just exhausted from the situation. And the mommy bear in me wants to protect my baby, and it's his first year in junior high, and he looked at me and he was like, Mom, I know you're frustrated and I understand, but Mom, you don't have to yell. And I said, I'm sorry. I didn't yell at you, but I'm just frustrated that, we have to continue to keep calling the school. And he was like, I know, Mom, but he looked at me and he was like, but yelling won't fix it. And you have to cultivate an environment where your child can say, can you talk to me like this? Can you be a little nicer? And I've always taught my kids, if you don't like the way I'm handling something, or you feel like whatever you feel, your feelings are valid. And the fact that my 13-year-old did that today, I knew it was the reassurance in my heart that I'm raising a phenomenal Black king, period. And I've taught him how to effectively communicate and even how to redirect his mother and say, Mom, I know you're frustrated, but you don't got to yell. Because I just was hot, y'all. I'm so tired of this situation. You know what I mean? Like, when is this going to end? And he was like, you know what I mean? He didn't like it. And he was just like, it's okay, Mom. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, baby. And I apologized, and I reassured him, I'm not yelling at you. I'm just tired of my baby going through this. And I'm frustrated. And so sometimes we have to learn, period, clock the T. Good job, Key. Thank you. Sometimes we have to learn how to speak to our kids. Sometimes they're kids. They do need to be talked to a lot softer. We don't need to be rah-rah, You see kids, they be wilding out. And, I know gentle parenting don't work on everybody. Sometimes you do need to hey, I ain't playing with you. That's necessary sometimes, but it's not necessary every time. As adults, how we tell other adults to read the room, we need to learn how to read the room when it comes to our children, because they're facing problems at school. These kids aren't how they used to be. These kids are buck wild. They're crazy. They're bullies. These kids are going through so much at school, and then they come home and now they got to deal with their parents not being able to regulate their emotions. And they've had to deal with their teachers sometimes, getting overstimulated with the classroom of 30 kids to one teacher and one aide, and the teacher can get overstimulated. They're dealing with the kids on recess, and then they come home to a parent that's overstimulated, and we wonder why these kids are wilding out, or we're not teaching them how to effectively communicate when they don't like something, or when they're overstimulated, or when something is like, if we do something and it makes them anxious, like it did with my son today, that made him anxious. He didn't like the way it made him his nervous system feel, and he told me immediately, and I corrected it. Do you see what I'm saying? We cannot be like our parents used to be. We have to be open and willing and available to hear our children when they say, you could just talk to me. It's okay. You don't got to do that. I hear you. I'm present with you. You don't got to yell. You don't got to raise your voice. You don't got to talk to me crazy. You have to be able to hold space as a parent to know that you're not always going to do it correctly, or you don't always have the right answers. And that's, again, what I was talking to. We have to break the cycle. What I was talking about, how like moms, we're overstimulated, especially single moms. So we have to, especially when we're handling work, and I take care of my elderly grandmother, and my grandpa has stage 4 cancer, and he's 99 and he's getting ready to go. We've already said our final goodbyes. There's so many things on my shoulders. We have to be able to regulate our emotions and say, I've had a long day. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Mommy, sorry. And in my household, I will tell my kids sorry any day of the week. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. I didn't have that ready. I'm sorry. Mommy should have prepared that. I'm sorry. I got tired. I might have took a nap. We have to cultivate an environment where adults apologize to children, because if not, your children hold on to that. Period, point blank. There's things we hold on to. I was just watching a TikTok earlier today, and it was like a monologue where she was like playing herself as a child and her mom, and it was going back and forth, right? She was dressed up as her younger self and the mom, and she was telling her, remember you woke us up at 2:00 in the morning and made us do the dishes? And the mom was like, didn't nobody do that? I didn't make you do that. What is you talking about? She was like, yes, you did. And we were so tired next day at school. Like, we have to cultivate an environment where, not that our kids can necessarily buck at us or disrespect us. Don't get it twisted. That's not what I'm saying. But where they can say, I don't feel comfortable in the way that you're handling this or the way you're speaking to me. So we can talk. I know I messed up. I know this happened, but you can talk to me. You don't got to yell at me. And a lot of times kids don't even, when you're yelling at them or you're maybe being aggressive, they ain't processing nothing you're saying. Kids need love. You ever hear people saying, I don't want to date anybody that was raised off survival. I want to date people that were raised off of love. When you have a household that is, you're raising your children and they always have to be on fight or flight, and you're constantly going to yell at them, and they're irritating you. That's why, as you could replay this live right now, every time my kids came in here, I didn't say, "What do you want? What are you doing? Leave me alone. Don't you see me on live? I'm on live. I'm on YouTube. Let me mute this so I can see what my kids want." No, I didn't mute it. I said, "What did you want, baby? Oh yeah, go ahead." Because you come before this screen. You come before this YouTube. I don't need it muted. I'm not gonna yell at you. Go ahead. What did you need? Yeah, Ellen said, "Excuse me, Mom." I said, "Yeah." She said, "Did you want a slice of pizza?" I'm gonna give everybody a slice of pizza. "Thank you, baby." "No, thank you." How are you interrupting me? I'm your mom. It is my job to tell you what to do, where to go, what to eat. Don't go there. Go to sleep. Put your shoes up. Put your backpacks by the door. How is that interrupting me? And I'm the one that's building your schedule, building your routine. I'm the one that's helping you build this, who you're going to be one day when you clean your house, when you prepare your kids. You're not bothering me. And I see it so many times, y'all, on TikTok, on YouTube. I be like, oh my gosh. I see that a lot. You're so right. And I just be like, why are y'all so irritated? Like, it ain't like we getting $20 an hour to sit up on this live. That's what we're not doing. I'm just chatting, okay? I am chatting and we are having a conversation. That's it. That's all. It's not that deep, you know? So to the moms out there, you guys can always DM me on Instagram if you ever have any questions. And then let me know in the chat. Do you guys want me to do a realistic night routine? Let me know. Do you guys want to see a realistic night routine with all four of my kids? How I put them to bed, what time we eat, how they set their clothes out. Like, if y'all want to see that, I can show you. And maybe that will help. Maybe that will help you. I know I have a 3-year-old and I know my kids are like 13, 12, and they're bigger, but even putting the 3-year-old to bed. Tonight he's 6, so I let him do his thing. That would be helpful. Okay, yeah, I will do that. Because it is in the trenches when your kids are small, especially I know somebody said they had 4 boys when those ages. Yeah, it's going to be, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh my gosh, it's going to be so easy. Tomorrow I'll put them to bed and they're going to comply. No, they're not going to comply immediately, but it's, okay, you follow me on Insta. Okay, so shoot me a message if you ever want to talk about it. They're not going to comply immediately. This ain't a job. They're not clocked in. They're kids. So you have to teach them. You have to redirect them. You both got to unlearn and relearn routines and schedules that probably weren't best for you guys. So you got to show them some grace, and then you got to give them time to get into the swing of things. And once kids see that you're not giving up, I'm going to tell you right now, that's when they really submit to it. Like, okay, she ain't playing. She really putting us to bed every night at this time. She really, damn, mama really making dinner every night at this time. Like, man, my mama really reading me a book every single night. We really got to get in the bath at this time. Like, once kids see that you have become consistent, the less resistant they become. And I'm going to put that in my book. And it's the truth. It is the truth. Somebody write that down. That was a good quote. The more consistent you become, the less resistant the children will be. Period. And that's just a fact. I feel like this was like a whole podcast. This would have been a good podcast for moms, especially single moms. Again, I've only been a single mom for 3 years, but I've learned a lot. I've had a lot of trial and error, okay? Being a single mom, a lot of trial and error. And it's taken time to get to this point. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh my gosh, it was so easy. No, it took time. I went from a 2-parent household for my kids' entire lives. I went from my kid's father, and not even a year later, I was with Misha. So I've never, and in between that, I was in another relationship. I ain't gonna front, I ain't gonna lie. So I've never been a single parent, let's say, so little Mike's what, 10, 11, 12, 13. So little Mike, for 11 years, I always had my kid's father or a partner to share the entire responsibility of bills and raising children. So for the last 3 years, I didn't have a partner, like a live-in partner. I did have a boyfriend, but he wasn't living, so that's totally different. That's a whole different topic, a different discussion. But so I would say I was still a single mother, and it was just my income. So a lot happen. You need to have your own podcast. I really need, it's so hard, y'all, working and taking care of my grandma. And, right now, my grandma's dad is about to pass. So I'm trying to, allow things to kind of flow right now before I put more, I gotta fix this, before I put more things on my plate. I really want to do these things, and I know my time is coming, and there's a season for everything, right? And when it's time, I think I'll get the green light, from the man above, and things will be successful for me. But yeah, I think it would be really dope. And you guys know the name of my podcast is called Girl Be For Real. Girl Be For Real. And I think that's a hot t-shirt, like a t-shirt that says Girl Be For Real. And it's just talking about all the things, everything about I'm just a girl. But let's be for real about it, right? Let's be for real about what does motherhood look like, single motherhood. What does it look like to have your kids on a routine? Let's be for real about it. Let's normalize just getting up and forcing yourself to clean your dirty house when you're a hoarder and you haven't cleaned for months. That just getting up and cleaning your house is going to fix your mental illness or your depression. It's not. You need help. You get what I'm saying? Like, girl, be for real. And that's going to be like the whole thing. Like, we're going to talk about a variety of discussions, divorce and staying in relationships that no longer serve you, all of these amazing topics. But it's just like, girl, be for real. Let's be for real about it. Because so many times we want to sugarcoat it or make it look prettier than what it is when it doesn't look that pretty. And life might be really whooping you. You know what I mean? I mean, let's just be honest. Yes, and I want to have guests, like bring other moms and like just other people, like, other women that have following on social media, bring them as a guest and have certain topics and things like that. So I actually think that I would thrive really well on a podcast because I'm a talker and I got a lot of things we could talk about. My life has a lot of layers to it for sure. So. And I'll never, ever, I always say this, normalize being a single mother, and I will never portray it to be easy, or I would never wish this upon nobody. And I know that's harsh, right? Because there's so many women that take such pride in being a single mother, and it's not something that I want to normalize. I don't want to normalize being a single mother. No woman deserves to carry the weight of the responsibility for a child or children all on her shoulders. It takes two to tangle. No woman, and I think a lot of women they're aging so quicker because they're single mothers. They don't have time for self-care, to prioritize their mental health, their, facial routines or nail routine. Like, my nail just popped off. I've had the flu. I can't go sit in no nail shop. Like, and then even when, I'm past with the flu, I got to get back to work. So I probably won't get to this nail, honestly, until Saturday. We just being real about it. So it's like finding the time. It's girl, be for real. You know what I mean? I got a broken nail because when I get out of work, I got to do homework with these kids. I got to get my daughter to cheer practice. We got all these things going on. Ain't no time to make it to the nail shop. Come on now. Not during the week. We have a life. We have a schedule. So that's why. And I ain't going to be ashamed of it. Yes, I'm missing a nail. It popped off. So it is what it is. And I was going to go get him, a fill this weekend. But again, I don't want to go sit at nobody's nail salon and give them the flu. I'm not doing that. So, yo, I just been yapping. I have been yapping. This has been some good conversation. We talked about a lot. A lot. And, well, I talked about a lot. I'm talking about y'all talked about a lot. I really need to come up on here on StreamYard. I really do. But it's like every time I'm like, oh, I'm going to come on StreamYard. What's your thoughts on technology versus back when kids would play outside? That's a good topic. I love technology. I think it's I would say, like, TikTok, it's brought the world together, right? Like, we understand that you can move to Thailand and they have apartments over there right now for $500, $200, And really, America isn't the American dream, right? I feel like it's allowed us to see so much of the other world. So technology can be dope to a certain degree, right? And I think it can be awesome. But when it comes to children, like my kids have iPhones, right? But I have them set under the child mode. They can't download nothing. They can't view a lot. Almost every like certain websites are just blocked. They can't just go on Google and type in anything. It's blocked because it's on child mode. So there's a lot of safety things. And even for them to get a little app, I have to approve it. All their text messages come through my phone. I think if you're an active parent and monitoring, I cannot talk, your child's internet access and how much screen time they have, it's okay. But kids now are becoming so addicted to the screen, they don't even know what it looks like to go play outside. So for me, I feel like kids had a more normal, for us, it was a normal childhood, growing up and being able to play outside with the neighborhood kids. And y'all would get out of school, do homework, and then everybody would be in the street playing wherever, whatever that looks like, or the park, wherever you grew up at. Like kids were outside. But I think also we live in a different time and age where human trafficking is a real thing. So are our kids really safe outside now? Can our kids, I don't care what neighborhood you live in, I don't care if you live in the suburbs, like the world isn't as safe as it used to be back in the day. And I think that has a lot to do with the internet, right? It's made these weirdos feel more comfortable coming outside and being public with their weirdness, right? So it's kind of like, unfortunately, the world has changed so much where to a certain degree, it's not as safe. It's not as safe as it used to be. I mean, I grew up outside. Me and my brothers were outside playing. I had the best childhood, like building like ramps because like our neighbors were like they would ride skateboards and their bikes, and like the park was right down the street. Like I could walk to the park by myself, and like nobody bothered me, nobody harassed me. Like, and now it's like I wouldn't dare let my daughter, we live like literally the park is like right behind our townhouse. And I would never let her walk there by myself because there's weirdos and creeps. And people are preying on children to be walking alone somewhere or they can like, corner them in. So it just sucks because it's such a touch and go subject with that, because I feel like the world has changed dramatically. What did this say? I actually was trying to get my kids to do double dutch, jump rope, like be a kid. But dang, they don't want to, right? I never let my kids go outside like my parents did. Would go outside with them. And you could take your kids to the parks. Like I take my kids to the parks. I let them play. I watch with them. If I don't have my nails, I play basketball with them. Watch them play basketball, like encourage them to be kids at the park. And I guess the older they get, how they play outside is being in sports. And I go to their practices and I go to their games. So it looks a lot different now, as when we were kids. Like you can go outside on your bike and ride and ride. You can go play with the jump rope. Like kids actually play with chalk. Like, kids, it's like they rather be on the internet too, or they rather, depending on their age. But like my baby, he's 3. He playing with chalk. He's playing with all his toys outside. The water, when it's warm, it's on. He's getting his vitamin D. Like, and I think too, it's like you kind of gotta. So I think at such young ages, like my baby, how easy he could work the phone and the tablet. Like this is the day and age of technology, so they know how to work it and they operate it. When we were growing up, it was different. It was like we're outside. You're right. So it's just, it sucks because I really wish that kids could have that experience where they could just be outside and be cool. You know what I mean? Like they would be safe and it would be okay. And it just sucks. The world is crazy, y'all. I've been on here for so long. I feel like that's how I was on here in October. But I ain't going to work because my nose is still running and I'm still running a fever. Like, I got the back door open, y'all, because I'm so hot. The heater's not on, the oven's not on, and I'm burning up. Things just ain't like it used to be. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. And I feel like parents don't look out for other people's kids like they used to. Like, I remember my grandma would be outside with us, like on the porch, and she would watch out for all the kids right in that area. She would give them snacks, like, pour everybody some water or some tea. And, like, it was like whatever we had, everybody had some outside too. And she would protect the kids. Like, she would be looking out for them. And I just feel like parents aren't like that no more. Like, they ain't looking out for nobody else's kids. They're on their phones, barely watching their kids, if we just being honest. You know what I mean? Like, they barely watching their kids at the park. Shoot, I don't play. I be nervous at the park. As soon as I see somebody ain't got no kids, I be on it. Like, he ain't got no kids. What is he doing at this park? I be tripping out during Thanksgiving. Has anyone else noticed Thanksgiving ain't nothing like when we was kids? Oh my gosh. So one thing, I hosted Thanksgiving at my house this year, and I will continue to do so. I've kind of taken the mantle of my family. So all my family was here at my tiny house. My brothers, my grandparents, some friends were here, my siblings, like everybody was here, right? And I cooked a spread, and we did like the no phones. So nobody could have their phones. So everybody's phones were put up. Nobody could bring their phones out. And I just was like, we played games. Like, all the men were playing dominoes. It was like back in the day, and it made my heart so warm. I got the kids these little owls from the dollar section in Target. They had to color them, and then they had to write on them, and it said, what are you thankful for? And I did a coloring contest like my grandma used to do. So whoever colored, I did 3 winners, the best coloring, and then whoever stood up and told us what they were grateful for. Well, what happened is we had a kids table, 2 kids tables. All the kids colored their owl, and they all stood up and told us what they were grateful for. And it was the cutest, sweetest thing. And we had the kids doing TikToks on the TV. We let them like put the music on and show us their little dances. It felt like back in the day. It was just like so dope, y'all. And I was like, moving forward, I'm going to do Thanksgiving, and we're going to do like, for a certain part of time of Thanksgiving, there's no phones. Like, we're going to interact with each other. We're going to love on each other. We all went around the table, as the adults, and said what we were thankful for. And we did family group pictures. Like, it was a vibe. Like, nobody went home till 1 in the morning on Thanksgiving. Well, Granny, she went home early because my granny's, up in there in age. We took her home. Well, my brother drove her home and drove my mom home. But everybody else was here till 1 in the morning, y'all. And I did like no alcohol. So nobody was drinking. Nobody was smoking. Like, if they smoked cigarettes, they went out in my garage. But other than that, it was sober and no phones. And we had the music, the kids was doing karaoke, y'all. Like, it really felt like the old school Thanksgiving. And I want to cultivate that for my kids because they're getting older. Like I said, they're 13, 12, and 10, and 3. And I really want them to have that. Like, what did Thanksgiving look like for me growing up? It was a ball. It was a good old time. So yeah, I'm gonna host Christmas Eve and Thanksgiving moving forward for my family. And yeah, this gonna be while we're eating, and probably like 2 hours after dinner, no phones. When they walk in, put your phone in the basket. I just collected everybody's phone because it's so easy to be consumed by your phone on holidays, or like taking pictures or vlogging it. Like, I didn't vlog for Thanksgiving. I posted a little bit of pictures. I didn't even record the food. I even listened to my own rules. Like, I didn't go live. I didn't do none of that because I didn't want it to be about the phone or the internet. I wanted us to have, and I think sometimes the internet takes that away, you guys. Like, you remember the cake bowl as a kid? My kids was like, ew. I said, y'all don't know what y'all missing. Right, period. I think so many times, like, cell phones have taken, or like people that vlog or do like social media, it takes away of having like an authentic holiday or birthday. They're so staged because we're trying to show the world how nice it is and put together and aesthetically pleasing and da da da, and everything just looks so amazing. Like, no, sometimes them phones just gotta get put down. That's just my personal opinion, okay? And yeah, like cousins need to catch up with each other and build relationships and play and do all that stuff. Like, I think we've lost that, the family values. Yeah, and ain't no house phone no more. You got a house phone? Nope, I ain't got no house phone. My grandma do and my great grandpa do though. I ain't got no house phone. Maybe I should get a house phone. No, no house phone. That's so crazy because the only reason my kids even know what a house phone is, because I've never had a house phone ever since my kids were born, never had a house phone. The only reason they know what a house phone is because my grandma has a house phone. Nobody else has a house phone. I don't know anybody else in my family that has a house phone but my grandma and my grandma's dad, my great grandfather. Other than that, only people have cell phones. And it's like, I'm pretty sure there's gonna come a time where there's not gonna be any more house phones. Yeah, and they keep. Yeah, I had one. I think it's a good thing. I think a landline probably is a good thing to have though, especially if something happens to like the cellular towers or whatever. You never know. That landline might come in handy. Yeah, this is tough. This is a lot going on, and I never would have thought. I just back to the topic at hand when I started the live for. I just never thought it was gonna get this deep. I really do. I really feel like I'm still in shock that this how far it went. Like, what? That's crazy it went this far. I can't believe it. I really can't. But I think that's all I got to talk about, y'all. I cannot believe I'm still sick. And I was convinced. I was like, all right, I'm going to take. I came home on Friday. And I felt like it was just starting. Hey, beautiful. Hey, Jade. I felt like the cold was just kind of starting. You're sick too? See, everybody's sick. My kids had already kind of had a cold. I would say the kids started like beginning of the week. The baby started beginning of the week. The kids started. I didn't start to catch it till like Thursday night. So Friday I woke up and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna still go to work, but because it wasn't like, it wasn't like that. Good night, y'all. God is good. Stay blessed. Good night, love. Thank you for hanging in here. Thanks for commenting. Thank you for being a part of the live. I was like, I'm okay. By the time I got home from my niece's birthday party, she turned 18 when I went live. Y'all, I was burning up. The baby was burning up. I missed you. I miss you too, Jade. I know. I've been MIA. What are your symptoms? So cough, runny nose. Like I keep having heat flashes and like nausea. I'm not throwing up. You know what? I'm not gonna keep a buck with you guys. It's like pregnancy symptoms. I'm not. And I was thinking about that today, right? That's what I was meant to tell you guys. And when I was talking about my goddaughter and then I got distracted, I'm probably going to end on that note. It really does. Like, you know how, like, it feels like early pregnancy symptoms besides, like, some women get a congestion, not the cough. Like, obviously, I don't think women get a cough, but minus the cough, like, my stomach's cramping on and off for the last 2 days. I'm just like, okay, what is going on? My stomach's cramping. I'm not bleeding or anything. My period's not scheduled for another whole week. So I'm like, okay, what is that? Um, the nausea. I vomited one time over the weekend. I think that was Saturday evening. I vomited. Um, I'm sleeping though. I'm sleeping a lot. Like all weekend, y'all, I was napping. I napped all weekend. Me and the kids were just all napping, waking up, eating. I really didn't eat too much. I ate some pho because I love pho when I don't feel good. And then my whole body, y'all, my whole body feels like somebody ran me over. chills. I'm hot. Like right now, like my kids are upstairs and all their rooms are upstairs. Just the baby's with me right here. He's covered up and he's pretty warm. But I have the back door open because I am burning up. Like if I was to shut that back door within like 10 minutes, I'm sweating. So that's weird. But I'm not like, I'm a little warm, but I'm not like hot. I'm just warm. I don't think I got a fever. And then I wake up and I'm sweaty. So that sucks. I've been changing my sheets like every morning because when I wake up, I'm just like I was sweating all night. I'm all sticky, like, ugh. No headache. I broke my fever, I would say like Sunday morning. I haven't had a fever since Sunday morning, but I keep just getting hot, like overheated. A bad cough with them headaches, runny nose every time. So I'm just like, what is this? Like, but I know it's the flu because I took the little flu test from CVS. I know it's the flu. I know I got the flu. So I took I took a COVID test. I took a flu test. So, I mean, I know I got the flu, but it doesn't, I guess, I don't know. This is a different kind of flu. It feels different. Like usually when I've had the flu in the past, I have like the chills. I'm shaking. My fever won't come down. Like it doesn't feel like this. And I feel like this is dragging. Like it's Monday. Like my body isn't bouncing back. And that's what I'm saying. My kids were just sick, y'all, like a month ago. And I'm like, people really got to stop sending their kids to school sick. You are infecting other people. And then we sick. Like my whole house, it hit my whole house. And my son, his asthma always acts up, y'all, when he gets sick. So I hate that because then I'm like constantly watching him and I feel like I can't sleep good because I'm like, exactly. Okay, so it's like it goes away and then somehow one of the kids gets sick and then everybody gets sick again. See, the last time my kids were sick, I didn't get sick and I was like, "Thank you, Jesus. I didn't get it." But this time it hit me like I had to like force myself to get out the bed on Saturday and Sunday. It felt like a semi truck ran me over. And so today I was like, yeah, I can't go to work. I still feel contagious, right? So I was able to get up. I did the dishes. Like I have to clean my house. Like I can't do it. So I cleaned up, vacuumed, did the dishes, cleaned the restroom. I sprayed Lysol everywhere, washed all the clothes. But I was like forcing myself. I had to keep like take a nap, lay down, sit down, watch a show, force myself to get up, change the laundry. Like I had to pop, like tell myself, okay, get up, come on, we gotta change the laundry. Like I feel like I would probably say since Thursday, this is the best I felt, but I still feel like I'm not out of it yet. Like I need probably one more day just to sit down. Still kind of like I still have to put the baby's clothes away and stuff, but just kind of rest, not do too much, don't be outside, keep taking my medicine. And like the older you get, you don't snap back like you used to, like, or come back. My kids, like, they're cool. It's like their bodies fought it off during the weekend. Like, they straight. But they did have it before me, though. So I think it's already, like, ran its course for them. But it hit me so much later where, it did it for me. And then my brother's here, but he just stayed in his room and like he hibernated himself and just went out when he had to go to work. So he didn't catch it. So he just kind of like barricaded himself in the room because he still had to go to work. So he didn't want to, get sick and go to work like that. I am just a hot mess with my hair. I'm over it though. I'm not a summer girl. I'm a winter girl. I'm born in the winter. I love the cold. I love everything about fall and winter. I like spring too, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I cannot wait for the summer. I cannot wait because I feel like once it starts getting warm, my kids are never sick. Like they're so good. And like I am over them catching these colds and then bringing it back home. So I'm looking very much to the summer because I'm over it. I'm over these little colds and these flus and these stomach viruses. Like, it just seems like all these little viruses were going around this, well, I guess 2024 and 2025. So, anywho, I'm over this headband. Yeah, I'm gonna get off of here, y'all. I'm over it. I cannot believe I've been on here for this long. It's about to be midnight. I gotta get to bed. I gotta get these kids up. Still gotta get up, get them ready for school, drop them off, and do all those things. So even though I'm not gonna go to work. So good night, Maria. I'm gonna make you a mod, boo. I know my mods weren't really in the chat, but shout out to my mods that were in the chat and have been here. Thank you guys. I know I haven't really been live or been on YouTube. So, and then when you're not really on live, good night, Bookworm. Inbox me if you need anything. And I do, please, pretty soon here, I want to send, I don't want to give you guys an official like time date yet, but I just want to get ready for it. If you sent me a Cash App or an Apple Pay when I was going through my difficult time, it, I know some people, you're going to be like, I don't want the money back, I just blessed you. But I have the back door open and I don't want my daughter's cat to go outside. But I think he's in there. I've been checking for you. Okay, Jade, yes. Make sure you guys got that notification on. But if you guys sent me something for the ones, you know, I know some of you are going to be like, girl, that was a blessing. I blessed you. But I would love for you guys to send me a message. Remember my Snapchat. Remember my Apple Pay. What is it called? What is it? Cash App got like hacked. Well, not hacked, but somebody sent me 200 and something dollars, and then they reported it as fraud. So basically, like, I couldn't receive any more Cash Apps. Like, they sent me the money and then did that, and I was so dumb. Like, people do the weirdest stuff. But I don't know if you guys remember telling you guys that. And so remember, I had to make a whole new Cash App. So I can't see the ones that sent stuff when I made the new one. I can see those, but if you sent one to the Key+3, I can't see that. So if you can send me a DM on Instagram and just say, hey, Key, I sent you 20 or I sent you 40 or I sent you 50, I would love really soon here to send that money back to you and just show you my gratitude and say thank you. I was going through a very difficult time. Y'all know what was going on, and because life is a lot different now and I'm blessed. And I told you guys, I don't mind. I'm not scared of hard work. For a minute there, y'all, I was working 3 jobs. I was working my regular job. You know, y'all know I take care of my elderly grandma. That's a full-time job. And I was working an overnight job, y'all. I literally wasn't having any sleep for like 30 days. Yeah, and I know that's very dangerous and very, you know, not good for your heart and all of those things, but mama had to do what a mama had to do. And I had to get everything back in order. So, and I had to give my kids a good Christmas. Do you hear me? And I was not going to let my kids down, period, point blank. So, I was able to get my kids everything they wanted for Christmas. My family, like, I put in the work, period, point blank, and I got back to it. I got caught up in all my bills, and everything's just, you know, I'm thankful. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. But I do want to send your money back, and I just want to show you my gratitude. So I don't know exactly the date, but it will be coming very soon here. And I might start it like, you know, on my next check, as many as people I can send it back to, you know, who has blessed me. And, but a friendly reminder would be great. I'll probably do this. I'll probably announce it on my community tab too. So if you guys can send me a DM, I do want to, pay you back. I guess that's what it is, right? You know, I don't want to just be like, you know, I got y'all, you know, you guys blessed me in my time of need. And then when I got back, I just look a mess. Like, girl, Oh my gosh. Get your life together, Key. What is this? Oh my gosh. My hair, like, when you're sick, I don't care. You fit to put that bonnet on and go with your life, okay? But anywho, so I just want to end the video there and say thank you guys for being there for me and my kids in our time of need when everything was just haywire, when money was taken from me, okay? And just everything went upside down like so quick. And y'all really was in my corner. Y'all was in my kids' corner. Y'all really helped me get through that difficult time. And I know I had to like, oh, thank you, Jade. I know I had to like pull away after that just to like gather my reins, and gather my reins and get to the grind and get my bills paid up and all of those things. And I did, and I'm grateful. I'm never scared of hard work or losing some sleep to get things together, and I did that. But I also want to say thank you guys, and I know if you don't want to, that's fine. I want to pressure y'all. But if you did, y'all can DM me, and then I'll do so much on my next check and then so much on the next check until all the people that have kind of DM me, I would like, I don't know if it's pay it forward, pay it back, thank you. I don't know. Whatever. I just want to say I appreciate you. And I don't know. I want to, because life happens, right? You know what I mean? Life happens. It just happens. And sometimes, I think I know I would have been in a better position if things didn't happen with my stepdad and my brother. I kind of ran through my savings during that time because life was life and money needed to be given, things needed to be paid, things needed to be taken care of. That was like a very hard time for me, and I ran through my savings, and I wasn't prepared for that. And I would have had, money in order like I pretty much always do. I have emergency savings. And that just wasn't how life was set up when that situation hit me and she took that check. I didn't have that cushion. That cushion was spent. It was there to take care of my brother and take care of other things that I had going on at that time. So now I'm back in a better position. And yeah. I don't know. That was a lot, but I love y'all, and I'm so thankful for you. And it's so crazy. It's so crazy how your internet village and community can really become your village. People that you've never met in real life, but they really stand 10 toes behind you. Sunday, there's so many people. I mean, I can't even think of everybody's name at this moment. I have brain fog from the flu. Don't hold me. Don't be mad at me, but there's so many of you. I would say there's at least 10 of you for sure that Lynn, there's just like y'all just had your girl, okay? And I'm grateful, and I never want to like I just I want to make sure that you guys know I'm grateful, and if I can give it back if in some form or fashion, I'm here. You know what I mean? If I don't know if that makes sense, but anywho, I love y'all, and I'm gonna try to go to sleep. Hopefully, I don't have insomnia. I hope I can sleep really good. I feel like I might tonight because I slept so much over the weekend. But yes, if you guys are sick, I hope you guys feel better. I hope your babies feel better. I hope you guys enjoyed my long live. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this up because this was like a rant. Okay, we'll see. This was a lot. So I love you guys, and good night.